Hey Landry, what's up, man? You ain't never had a friend like me. What's going on, brother? How's it going? Um, Fatherless and motherless. How this shapes who we become. Seventh House featuring Modern Man Lost Again. I'm your host, MPC The Game. Not for much longer though. About to tell you about that later. But yeah, MPC The Game live. Shadow Buddha in the building, bitch. The producer. Modern Man Lost, the creative director, and NPC The Game. Your friend, hopefully. What's going on? What's up, Landry? I see you. I see you in the back. Yeah, man. Good to have everybody in the house. What's going on, Markella? Good to see you, number one mod. Yeah, she's right. Hit the donos. You can sub up, get notified. We appreciate donations and super chats. Super stickers, membership, buy me a coffee, astrology readings, one-on-one talks. I got you. Shout out to the shifty one, the Pathwalker from Queens, New York. Fighting obesity, one step at a time. He said, epic build, positivity and prosperity is contagious. Absolutely. On that positive tip, man. It's a fat nigga summer, even though we're shredded.
No strip clubs like titty bars. Big boys when it's snowing. Fat niggas got real out till like neck bones when you smoking. On vacation, we don't ride dolphins. Fat niggas ride orcas. This summer we in Mexico, Costa Rica, Bora Bora. It's a fat nigga summer. No shirt, watermelon, snow bunnies.
Yeah, appreciate that. That was very generous, Shifty, man. You don't got to do that, bro. You're very generous, man. I just love having you here. I love having everyone here. What's up, Cynthia? Good to see you, sister. Shadows in Light, the homie, always, dude, motivating me. Speaking of motivation, the great Jack Tailcott, who I coined his new moniker, the lover of God. I mean it though. He says, as much as I love the topic host community, I must cast it on replay. Oh, never mind. I take it back. Much love, Jack. No, I was kidding. Respect, Jack. Respect, man. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, you had a great stream with Mr. Landry. You ready, Landry? Yeah. Okay. I haven't heard. I don't know if the mic's on.
I'm ready. I just didn't know you could hear me.
Yeah. I can hear you now. So welcome everybody. I'm about to drop this screen in a second. Oh, what's up, David Wayne? Yeah, man, that was about you, that community post, bro. You're a legend, bro. You're definitely a legend. I really appreciate your support. I've seen you out here in the streets when people trying to smut me out or whatever, bro. David Wayne's coming back with the digital AK-47, just like, I mean, spreading truth, sharing the truth. I appreciate you, David. Much love from Taiwan out there, all the way to Kentucky. So, all right, family. It's good to have everybody here. Today we're going to get into some deep waters. We're going to be talking about a lot of people, what a lot of us have gone through. Maybe we don't talk about it, but we rarely unpack it. It's some of us have been growing up without a mom or a dad or both, like my homie Jerome. And I'm not here to blame anybody. I'm not here to shame anybody, but we're here to explain. And because the way we start in life is usually the blueprint we carry when we're into adulthood. And so we're going to talk with Modern Man Gone, the great Modern Man Lost Again. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff, child development, psychology, stories about, growing up, as well as us having the superpower of being in the seventh house, Scorpio, and how we can use that to level up and help the collective, as well as our families and ourselves. So with that said, shout out to Landry, the great Modern Man Lost Again. What's up, man? How's it going, brother?
I love the Modern Man Gone. It's been like, I don't know, 5 times you've made that mistake.
Geez, so 6 times is when I'll completely purge it. So I got one more. Yeah.
So yeah, I see some comments about how this is going to be a super positive stream, and I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we can stay that way.
Yeah, it's going to definitely. Modern Man Lost Again. Hit him up. He's already killing it already. rookie of the year is already surpassing. He's already surpassing me in a lot of ways too. But dude, that's another thing I saw on your show earlier, your podcast earlier. You were like, you thought someone was shit talking or something.
What do you mean?
Provo's comment. He was like, "Why? You say you're creative, but why? You know, why do you keep talking about this drama stuff?" And here's the thing about Provo. Provo is actually the host of NPC, the co-host of NPC the Game Live Streamer Awards. He's a friend, and he actually is one of my favorite streamers, and he's actually very creative. And I mean, he does that. He holds me to a high standard, which I appreciate. Because him himself, he doesn't like to get into the drama. But
well, he wasn't there until the drama started, to be fair.
Right. But I was gonna say this too. Landry's just a new kid. He's new and he's at the school of the Panelverse, junior high. And like, bro, it's like people are picking on him. He's gonna hit. I mean, a real one is gonna hit you in the mouth, you know, and defend stand up. So I get it. You're doing it right, bro.
Well, here's the thing, dude. It's like drama is one thing, and I mean, I can play into it just as a launching point for certain content, and you know, that's, to be fair, kind of how I've tried to frame it in this way of where can I overcome my fear of broadcasting, and it's really helped to do that. So I do think it's been eternally, because like as for now, you know, I just turn it on. I don't even look at the number anymore. You know, I just stare at the what's up, Chuck? My favorite. I just stare at the camera, you know, and I don't even worry about what's going on over there. So I've kind of overcome that initial fear. Which has been great, and this has been a great tool and vehicle to do that through. But I do still have these artistic and creative endeavors, and I just hope people see like that there's this I feel like where everyone's kind of acting in a certain way, and I just hope that people realize that they're not as like subtle as they think they are. And that's all, you know, I'm here to do. I believe in truth in all forms, you know, and that's why when lies are told, I believe it doesn't matter if it's your friends or the other truthers that say them. I think it should be fair game. Like NPC, if you lie to me tonight, you know, I would feel like, oh, hopefully I can be comfortable enough to just tell you, like, hey, man, it's a lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, straight up.
Same for you to me.
Right. I think people aren't used to that. Like I've been accused of being, I think it was like not giving context. That's what they said. They literally, the person said literally like that. We come to the conclusion, NPC, that you don't, basically you don't give context. I think that's what they're trying to say. Well, I think a lot of that is because I just, like you said, sometimes I'm just straight up with you. I won't necessarily sugarcoat it, but I'll just say if I have an issue or even something positive to say. So, but yeah, I'm what were we gonna say? Cynthia, she even said, "What's up, Cynthia?" She said, "Picking on him. This dude wants to drama." I wouldn't say he wants the drama, but he ain't gonna back down from it if it's whatchamacallit in his face.
So I mean, if you want to take a breakdown of like kind of just going over the whole history of events here, we can just summarize it pretty briefly. I'll take 30 seconds here,
so we can get through the positive shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take 30 seconds, and that's it. I won't waste anyone's time. You know, if anyone's unfamiliar, you know. So claim
take a minute. I got to do something. I'm listening.
Yeah, okay, cool. Take your time. I can make it last as long as you need. Claim was made. You know what I mean. After first. Okay. So first point of impact here. Jack comes on to my stream with Cynthia. They start planning things to do while they're going to be here in Dallas, where I live. You know, after he's coming in tomorrow night. You know, and I have no issue with this happening. So I say, well, that's great. You know, go ahead and do that. But for me, I think that I don't really know if we have, you know, I basically said I think that she would be more likely to engage in the drama. Little did I know this would create a big drama stream afterwards. So that happened. And then, you know, right after that, she jumped off my stream and went to go talk to Chuck in Tennessee. Chuck in Tennessee made 10 or 11 verifiably false claims about me. And then, you know, that's kind of started the whole thing. So after that, we have the streamathon, right? Reaction to a reaction to a reaction to a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the one thing that I haven't commented on publicly yet is the initial, you know, what I'm doing here is I'm pointing out that, okay, these lies were told. What can we do about that? And from what I can tell, the community of this Chuck guy is the way they handled it was, oh, Chuck, you're just a drama queen. It's okay, though, because, you know, we love you. Rather than saying, hey, like, dude, maybe step up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, you're our drama queen. That's what it was. And then, you know, Joe Cool was the only one, and I think Hank, to kind of say, no, that's not cool. We shouldn't do that. So it seems that and then now, you know, this catapults it into the stratosphere of, oh, no, this dude just wants the drama. He's totally doing it. He's going to, I mean, everyone here is playing the same game. So they're all taking the drama that has been created because made a statement. Don't want to be lied about. Don't like lies in the communities I'm a part of. And it's just all spiraled out of control from there.
Yeah, and I get it. If it comes at you, you're gonna address it and how you see fit. And my thing is this too. Drama does get views around here, and drama does give you money too. But I've tried to do it, and I've done it, and I've gotten both right with it. But I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze for me, and I've been trying to to cordon off from that, and I think meeting you is gonna help that process, because you're the same. And even though they're like, oh my God, this guy's all about the drama, but it's like sometimes you gotta crack some eggs to make a cake, right? And especially if people are coming at you and whatnot, you're gonna address it, man. You don't back down, right? And I don't think a lot of people do that around here.
Yeah, and we can move on from it, man. I think if you want, I think it's just the best option here until maybe later when you open up the panel. Who knows what will happen? But right now, if you want to go to our topic, we can.
Yeah, just one more second. I got one more thing to do. I'll say this too, and you know what too? When talking to Paul and stuff, and I agree with him in some of the things. I disagree with him with other things, but he is true. Like a lot of the panelverse is people just. I won't be as harsh as in the way he says it, like hanging out and talking about their life. That's how I see it, which is fine. That's good. That's fun to do. And I don't think, me personally, they should be shamed for it. This is what they like to do, man. It's just that sometimes some of us, we want to go a little deeper on things. Not that they don't go deep in their, anecdotal stories and whatnot, and narratives, but sometimes we rather talk about ideas than people, right? That's what I'm getting at.
Well, I mean, yeah. I just want to be able to be treated like same way we would do in real life. You know what I mean? You don't want to lie about people in your life, right?
Right. I got it. I got one more thing. I won't bring this up. I have to fix this mod shit. Fuck. Okay. Fuck it. Yeah. So fatherless men. There we go. Fatherless men and motherless men. And women, right? Yeah. So the foundation of it is crazy, because when I was researching this quickly, I came across attachment theory, and which is basically the science of how babies learn to feel safe, right? You have a baby D, right there, cutie, right? So you're seeing this firsthand in real time. So these two scientists, Brobow and Ainsworth, came up with this attachment theory, and they were saying that secure attachment happens when you got a caregiver, who's usually the mother, who's consistently there, soothing you, feeding you, and making you feel like your needs matter. And your nervous system, Virgo nervous system, right, learns to say, hey, the world's pretty safe, I can explore it. Right? If you have your mother there providing these things, caring for you. So with an insecure attachment, which is the opposite of secure attachment, this happens when the consistent figure isn't there. And it could be a variety of reasons, maybe because your mom left, or God forbid she passed away, or she just couldn't be present, because we have to work in this crazy age and stuff. And your system learns, I gotta watch my back, and I can't fully trust people. And when you grow up without a mom, it's not just missing a person; it's basically missing a sense of predictable safety that you can rely on, and that starts to shape how you treat relationships as you get older, right? And how you handle risk, and even how you respond to stress. Have you seen any thoughts about that? Seen that stuff come up?
Of course. I'm letting you go until you want to kind of get into the. Yeah, back and forth about it.
Yeah, okay. And on the screen, I think it just says font size.
Oh, on my screen? Oh yeah, no, I was just waiting for you to be done with your because what I wanted to tell you is, like, so we talk about creativity, and this is something that I did, briefly before we went on to this stream, is I wanted to do something that I thought, I've been thinking this might help me a ton. So this is the premiere of this here. If you have any text that you're reading or anything that you're pulling from, any scripts, we could input it into this, and then what it can do is it can make it way more easy to read.
Beautiful.
onto the screen, because I know people are always saying, I can't read that. I can't read what you're sharing. So, and this is what I'm saying. I'm not here to start drama. I'm literally here to be like, if we're going to use drama to kind of get somewhere else, that's fine. That's cool. But I'm here to call shit out as I see it, because I'm so tired of people not trying a little bit harder. So when I see complacency, I think we could be doing things together. If we are a community, right, we want to be doing things together. And this is a way that I utilized it in, 5 minutes. So this is something that I think will help tremendously. And I'm willing to share this with anyone. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's great
technique. So this is great.
That's great. And that's true. Like, that's what you mentioned. Back to the Provo thing, when you made that comment about creativity. Literally your filler streams, which are great, even they're literally you having a creative space of you doing creative things and making a chill music and stuff, lo-fi and all that, just to make people get into their creative space too. So
it's hard.
I don't know how much
it's really hard
more you can show them
to put that out there and like get people who actually want to talk about that. It's really not people's first choice.
Yeah, it's not, but maybe it will be. That's paradigm shifting. What's up, TVT? Good to see you, brother. Number one mod. Shout out to Shift with another one. She said, "Don't get sucked into the drama loops. Landry making moves. Just make sure you're serious on your mission statement and purpose, and stick with it."
No, and I believe in that wholeheartedly. But I do think that there's some people out there who are making moves and they think that they're subtle. This has nothing to do with Cynthia or Chuck. This is another third party, and I think that they are coming in this kind of out of nowhere. And I think that they think that nobody knows what they're doing. But I think if you look into their history, you can find out what they're up to. And I won't say any more than that, because you got to leave it mysterious, right?
Right. One more. Thank you, Shift, for that, brother.
My nigga.
And shout out to Pathwalker walking the streets of New York and giving his narrative, was actually how people relate to each other. I'm going to be doing that more, trying to do that more. He's really good at that. Taught me a lot. So, yeah, the Doom Loop doesn't have much longer. I don't think so either, David Wayne. All right. So in terms of like growing up, man, the when you grow up, your brain, you're learning things constantly, right? When you think about this attachment there, you think about how the stages of your brain has to hit these cognitive development points. And in the first few years, kids aren't just learning words and motor skills. They're learning how reality works. And like I said, Landry's like seeing this firsthand. I saw it with Ben, still seeing it. And without a mom in the picture, your child's brain often builds its understanding of the world around uncertainty. Like you start asking questions like, who's going to feed me? Who's going to be there when I cry? Who's going to comfort me when you disappear without warning? Because they don't know. They don't know where you went if you just went in the kitchen to get something real quick. They think you're gone, could be gone forever, right? And this whole uncertainty, it doesn't just fade away. It becomes part of your operating system, right? And as an adult, you may expect good things to disappear, or you might never fully relax in safe situations. How many of you guys have felt like that before in the chat and listening, like where you just can't relax even when things are cool? I hear a lot of kind of people talk about social anxiety. I have experienced this when I go to like a concert or a flea market or something, or a convention where it's cool to be around the people, but then again, I get this weird uneasiness. And I had my mom too, but there were times probably where I was sent to daycare early on because, she had to go work, right? I didn't have my dad, and we'll talk about that later. That's another thing. That's another thing that's related to this too. So there's something called Erikson's first crisis in the Swedish psychologist Erik Erikson said that our first stages of life from birth to about 18 months is all about trust and mistrust. And if you get constant care, you're going to pass that stage with a sense of like, I can trust people, right? If not, you come out with this whole thing of the world's unsafe. I don't trust people. I don't trust people. And yeah, Cynthia, you were invited. Yeah, you were invited to that stream before. Yeah. But so when your mom's not there, unless there's another caregiver like your grandmother, I have my grandma. to step in there and nail it and take care of you, you risk developing that mistrust as your default setting. And here's the twist, because mistrust doesn't just mean paranoia. Sometimes it means you overcompensate. And I see this is when folks try to control every situation, or even overachieve, or avoid emotional closeness altogether. You seen this before, Landry? Any of this stuff?
I mean, I'm just thinking about kind of what you're saying, but I'm also thinking about a lot of the stuff that I'm reading, and I'm also thinking about a lot of the stuff in the chat. So I'm kind of all over the place. So I'm kind of like,
okay.
For me, sometimes here's what I think. I guess I get a little confused here with the way you do your show, is because sometimes I think you're monologuing, and then you try to bring me in, so I'm kind of not ready because I'm like assuming you're monologuing.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
okay.
When it's more conversational, I'll definitely have plenty of stuff to say.
Okay, good. I got you. Yeah. Yeah, that's that. My thing, I guess you can jump in at any point, but I'll make it more concrete. And the one, well, I was talking about narrative. Like, well, here's a quick story. One time I met a guy who, he told me when I was working at Piazza's, I called it the drugstore, right? The Italian grocery store. And he told me that he would triple check the locks every night, even though he lived in this nice, secure condo. And when he was living there, nothing ever happened. No one even got robbed or anything, or vandalism or burglary. No burglaries happened. And I told him, I said, why do you do that all the time? And he said that it's not just about being cautious. It's just this feeling, this core feeling that he has to do it, even though part of him knows he's going to be safe. And I think that's really his nervous system is still maybe still running that childhood code that says safety isn't guaranteed, right? And I don't know if he had this, like he didn't have his mom or what, but I mean, we can make some assumptions there. And because we all have our little quirks from childhood, but some of us are literally walking around and even panel surfing or even hosting these shows with an operating system that's still wired for survival instead of growth. You know, you want to not just survive, but I want to thrive. I want you guys to thrive as well. And this can shape your adult life, everything that happens in childhood, and not growing up with your mom really can make you hyper independent, or a person who never really asked for help because you learn early that no one's gonna come to help you. That's sad. And it could have this effect too that makes you clingy and always afraid when people leave. Right? You kind of like love bomb them, or like literally all up in them, or even won't leave their stream, for example. When it's like, okay, you get the hint, the party's over. You know, they're still hanging around.
It sounds like you're making some you're drawing some similarities to some things you've experienced here.
Yeah, I've experienced that too. It's like, I guess it's like reading the room, and there are people that in my life in the panelverse, for example, to make it concrete, that like I can tell they like me per se, but I think there's something else there where they feel safe and they just want a place where they can just hang out and just sit in the back or in the front and just be there because they feel maybe they feel like if they don't, you're gonna throw them to the curb and we'll never invite them again over. You know?
Interesting.
And I've also experienced people who like to do this, the famous push and pull dynamic, right? Where they'll push you and be, I guess you can say in a nice way, like challenge you, test you, right? And that's good. That's an opportunity for you to grow, right? Push back, right? But then what they do is they quickly pull you and like kind of like love bomb you then, and but then they do it again and and it goes back and forth, and this dynamic is constantly going. I've noticed that. I've seen it in myself a couple times, but like I really noticed it more so in this panel verse too.
So just give me like, sorry, I'm trying to, because you're kind of losing me here. So you're saying that there's, and I'm really trying to follow this. Okay, so you're saying people who have issues with their fathers not being around are likely to kind of come into these spaces and feel
this
like
is mothers. We're talking about mothers right now.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I didn't catch that transition. Okay, so people without their mothers are coming into this. So this is women without their mothers?
Men or women?
Men or women? Okay. Well, I was just reading about it in those 4 categories, like men, women without mother, without father, and then men, women without, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got that backwards.
I'm usually speaking from the man's point of view, but and there's probably nuance to that compared to a woman, but I guess in general. Yeah. Because I mean, well, first of all, talk about like growing up, like my friend Jerome, he didn't have his, I've known him since I was born. Our grandmothers worked together, and they were waitresses. My grandma was the head waitress, and his grandmother was, did her thing too. And his parents, I found out later, were like drug addicts and stuff. So his grandmother ended up raising him. And Jerome was an Aquarius. And he was cool, and like it was crazy. He was my friend, but it was weird growing up. And we went from elementary, junior high to high school together, and then we separated. But there was always this thing, and the older he got, I got it, like where he would be like super cool and clingy, and then he'd disappear, right? And then come back, be super cool and clingy, and then disappear, And I'm the type of person, maybe some of my Scorpio stuff, or just me in general, like where I'm like, bro, this, it's chill. I'm not going nowhere. I'm super loyal to the end. You don't have to worry about me going nowhere. But that's one of the first times I noticed it, because he was my first best friend, and I've had relations with people here, in discords and stuff too, where it was kind of like that too over the years, and that's the push and pull thing. You never experienced that, or even with a woman, even not just with friends, but with a woman, where she's hot and cold.
Yeah, I mean, back when I was younger, of course, yeah, that's a big thing that happens. Like and I've seen people, make one person recently make accusations as to like, well, hey, this is something that you're probably dealing with. You know what I mean? Like, but it's funny because I've definitely dealt with that in the past. With where you kind of are getting no love, you get no attention, you get none of that. And then, maybe you find someone else, or you find something else to spend your time in, and then that's when you get the love. Like, hey, what the hell? I thought, what's going on? I'm all of a sudden I'm interested. So I know what they're talking about. I can see what you're saying, but do I see this in the panel verse? No. Obviously, I haven't been invested in anything in regard to this long enough to see that unfold. So where do you think this plays into people who feel like they have to stick with certain people no matter what, because they have a sort of? Do you think there's anything in regards to motherlessness that keeps people together, just as the same sort of fear of losing out?
Yeah, fear of losing out on the mother part. That's why they stick with them, because they feel like if they're not around all the time consistently, like the mother should have been there consistently for them, that they ain't going, the person's going to just leave them and won't acknowledge them anymore. And from the father point of view, it's a little different, because like we said, the mother provides the emotional grounding and the warmth and the immediate nurturing. However, the dad represents the outer world, right? The safety from threats and encouragement, right? And like gives you rules for navigating. And I see that with some of the streamers, like in their respective communities. There's that maybe some of their members feel like the streamer protects them. And because that streamer protects them, they feel like they have to kind of like protect the streamer too from perceived threats, or that are maybe real or not real even. Because like if you don't have a father like me, like growing, I have a father. I remember all respecting him, all praise to him, because he brought me into this world, right? Even if I'd never met him, I still honor him, right? But with that said, I had to learn through other people how to protect myself and how to deal with the outer world. Like my mom definitely did a good job of me being okay with my inner world for the most part, nurturing me. But in terms of protection and the rules of the game, It's yeah, it's there. Um, yeah.
Okay, so how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling about this? I do want to know kind of what made you decide to bring me in for this specific conversation. Is it because we have children, both of us?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a big part of it. That's probably
Okay.
why I want to talk to you most about almost anything, because that's such a big priority in my life now.
Sure, yeah, of
And
course.
yeah, and also too, like, you had a dad in your life, right? You have a father in your life, right? And a mother, right? And but with that said, sometimes we can have like a mom in our family. Like I have my mom, and luckily she was in my life, and she did a lot of the things as best as she could, and she did a good job. I think a really good job. However, there's people who have moms and dads in their life, but they check out, or they're there, but they're not there in spirit, you know. So I don't know, because with my friends with two parents, because that's something I always wanted, to have both my parents.
But you
I kind of
don't.
felt like an outsider. So how do you feel?
You don't have both your parents?
No. Growing up, I had my mom, but she passed away when she was 42.
Okay, but your dad was always there?
Never there. I never met
Your dad
my
was never.
father
Okay,
before.
so this is such an important. I don't know if did you lead with that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Because
dude, this is
I
a
already
huge.
spoke about it before a little
Well,
bit.
I don't
But
think
yeah,
I've ever
that's
heard that. So it's a huge
yeah.
thing that it's missing from the context here. Okay.
Yeah, I was
Well,
getting there.
this is a huge thing that you're talking about now. Okay, now
Yeah.
this makes a lot of sense, dude. I
Okay.
was so confused this whole time. Okay, so now I see exactly what you're saying,
Okay.
dude. And I also see a ton of your behavior that makes me like, because I'm like, dude, sometimes I'm like, maybe there's something that I don't understand with what he's saying, but I get it because it's something that maybe you do as well, right? Is what I'm hearing, where maybe you're kind of talking about this stuff. And okay, sorry for not knowing that.
No, my bad. That's the thing with me. Maybe that's the mysterious Scorpio seventh house trait, where I'm like, I don't. I may give hints to something that's very important when I should just be flat out with it. Yeah, maybe what this is what these guys were talking about. But yeah, but thank you for acknowledging that. I'm going to try to get better with that. Cynthia says, "Do you think not having a father has made you a greater father?" Yeah, definitely, because like I'm giving Ben kind of like everything, kind of like what I wanted. But my only issue, one of the issues I would need to be mindful of, is the fact that just because I wanted it, this as his father, does that mean that is it right for him? Because I don't want to get in his way of his
Do
purpose.
you have
and story.
issues with like being assertive? Is that one of the things you struggle with, or do you feel like you're pretty good with that?
I think I'm getting good at it now, but as a growing up, no.
Is that why Paul kind of triggers you? Because he's like when the other day when it kind of got to you, is it because he's like comes at you in that way of more of a dominating spirit, and it's kind of like a soft spot?
Yeah, because that's the thing about when you don't have a father in the child development, we talk about how sometimes there could be issues with authority figures, right?
Sure.
And he does have an authority figure over here now. Not to be ego or anything, I feel like as a whole, I mean, I don't know his life. I don't talk to him that much.
Who?
I think I have a lot going on in the positive that
Paul. Okay, yeah.
That's like pretty damn good. But in terms of this YouTube, yeah, he is the daddy, as they say, for a lot of people.
Well, speaking of daddy, who is daddy in the chat? Who is that? Is it a Slack account?
Let me see. Is there somebody?
It's like a black
Is that
guy
that
named
big
Daddy.
Mandingo looking?
You've seen him everywhere. I mean, it's
Yeah.
clearly somebody me and you could both name, but it's anonymous, right?
I think it's like he's in the Paul on slave.
I think this is a person that we would probably know their username. You know what I mean? That's the vibe I get.
Yeah, because
following me around all this
could be
week.
Paul. Who knows?
I don't think it's Paul. I think it's my guess would be you know what I'm gonna start doing is kind of analyzing the text style of these people.
Yeah, like forensics, right?
Because this is something that so my next stream, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow, but it's gonna be about Slack public accounts, because these people in this place are doing it, and I didn't think to look into this until what's his name sent those bots to my video.
Because I guess Cage.
Yeah, and this is such a small community. If anyone here is doing that, I think you're also just like tying yourself down for the rest of your life, because it's gonna pick up on that, and it's just silly. It's just silly to do. Anyways,
it's already small as it is. It's like we know who you are.
I'm not trying to sidetrack. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's very meta. You're in the meta zone right now.
I can't get out of it, dude. I'm just thinking about all these things that get on my mind. But I'm also wondering here with this topic, what I think I'm supposed to learn from this is I've never been able to talk to somebody about this because my dad didn't have a dad. So maybe I can understand him better by
there you go.
understanding you.
Yeah. Yeah. And this guy right here, Daddy, the boys growing up with their father always have a homosexual. This is a fucking stupid ass comment that says always. Come on, bro. Maybe a lot.
My guess is snafu for Daddy. My guess would be snafu. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. But coming with like one of the gayest meme photos there is, homoerotic for that guy.
Well, it's also funny, people with the booger thing, you know what I mean? It's like people that don't realize that where this comes from, and I've addressed this many times now, is this is a person who is clearly comfortable being on camera more than 95% of these people.
Right.
And why are we so afraid of being on camera? Well, we are because we know that there's this likelihood of people to do things like this. Because what happened? Well, I imagine there's somebody, possibly a Steven, watching my face for maybe 60% of their day just with a magnifying glass, and they pick up on, maybe it's just a nervous tick and a, just a hand placement that I can guarantee you this is not a physical object that people are just zooming in and seeing. This is not people just don't realize that they have exposed themselves as being completely desperate to take somebody down who's making them feel insecure. Because in this case, it's like, did anyone care about what I was doing until I started, getting some success? No, they didn't. They didn't come to my, streams with NPC. They didn't make any comments. And it's just funny to me that these people think that they're, subtle. It's just because what has it done for me as a nobody? It's made me a somebody. So you guys have made me into something that matters. And you think that this is your power, but it's mine.
It's mine. He has the power to define, guys. What do you bring to the table? Yeah, he's actually inspired me.
Did you want to look at any of this stuff that I saw?
Let's look at it.
Text block.
Let's look at it. Let me see. Let me get that out.
I have several different sections of it. So it's fatherless men, motherless men.
Let's read that.
It's big. It's nice and big, so you can read it if you want.
Yeah, and even without my glasses. So fatherless men who grew up without fathers face a unique psychological challenge in forming their masculine identity without a primary role model. They often construct their understanding of manhood through fragments observed from other men from a distance. My grandpa and stuff. Absorbing media is why I play like Tupac, probably. Definitely someone that influenced me. Media representations and sometimes rejecting traditional masculiniting altogether as a way to cope with that absence. I can see that happening. But,
can I show you something that stood out to me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was kind of skimming through it a little bit earlier, and I saw. So we see the deep-seated fear of abandonment that you just talked about, and I think that might be why you're trying to get me. What'd you call me? The co-creator? What was it?
Co-creator of this.
You gave me a title or something. I'm trying to remember what it was. What was it?
Seventh House co-creator, maybe.
No, you said something. You said because there's a producer and then there's something else.
Oh, creative director.
Yeah, creative director, which is crazy to me because it's like, is that your way of saying, hey man, we're a part of this together. Please don't don't go without me.
Don't leave.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave. I mean, at the end of the day,
it's also acknowledgement too. Well,
I mean, I appreciate you for having this discussion because obviously you're pissing a lot of people off, in your community. Because it's like it's like 10v1, you know what I mean, and you picked the one, so that's a risky move.
That's something that I've done a lot, and even though we're peers, right? Sometimes I hold up my peers as authority figures sometimes too, and that's one thing about having one of the traits of a fatherless man. For example, is sometimes we take the wrong, not that you are, but pick the wrong authority figures, and I've done that.
Maybe I am the wrong one. I really don't know. I mean, people have their opinions, but it's just one of those things where I've made more strides towards understanding kind of other people this week than I have in a very long time.
Right. It's definitely you came to the fucking peak or something. But you're seeing when you get to the peak of something, the mountain, you see other peaks finally. They need to be explored, huh?
Yeah. I see a lot of stuff here that really makes me think of Jaren, which I know is like not relevant here, but all this stuff.
Difficulty trusting other men, yeah.
Jaren, just the way he talks is just he always uses the word men, and he always talks about people who they shouldn't trust men, and that I don't know. This is just very
Yeah.
interesting.
My thing is like maybe I'm lucky because I had my grandpa, even though he was an old bastard. Rest in peace. I love you, Poppy. But like, and I had my uncle, so I did have some men in my life, and that was always a big thing. Like my mom used to say, I used to go around and say, "I'm a big man." Like, I love Superman and all this stuff. Like, but with that said, I think there are also I was in touch with my feminine side. And I got the, and I was okay with that, but with me, dude, the way I would embrace my masculinity through sports, that's such a big thing for me, bro. Growing up, that's all I cared about in a lot of ways. That's how I communicated. That's how I communed with people with all my teams and all that shit. And some of the coaches got actually helped me become the man I am today.
Yeah, dude. So I'm curious if you're
Landry, coach.
Tom Landry. I'm curious if you're comfortable with kind of talking about the mother or the fatherless women next.
Oh yeah, fatherless women.
Yeah, because this is something that I kind of just was looking at and thinking about as and we all are human beings here, and I have yet to dehumanize anybody because I will always give them the opportunity to make things right with me. As long as people can show that they're willing to change or acknowledge, like, hey, I might be a 14-year-old drama queen right now, but going forward, I'll make efforts to get rid of that. Then I'm happy to be kind with anybody. But right now, what in my human side, just to show people, that this is something that I don't think that I'm just a person who hates everything. I definitely have feelings here, and what I've been through the last 2 years obviously almost put me in the grave, and what kept me from going to the grave was imagining my daughter without a father. So this is the way I look through this. You know what I mean? This perspective of fatherless women is as inspiration to be here.
Yeah, because if you don't, man, if you're not here for your for baby D or other fathers that have daughters that are blessed to be that father, the father in development, they represent stability and safety, and more importantly, I think for men and women, boundaries. The fathers teach the woman boundaries, man. Like. You just can't be like free love all the time, for example, right?
Yeah.
There has to be conditions sometimes, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's very, very true. So what were you thinking? Because I know there's probably a lot of people who want to come on your panel, and I don't want to be the guy who keeps you from having a panel. I think it's an important part of your story, and I think that this is the only place where I'll probably ever get to see some of these people. So if you want to, you definitely can.
Yeah, we'll open it up in a second.
I'm not forcing you to. I'm just telling you that you don't have to feel like you can't because I'm here.
Oh no, I would, I wouldn't. And plus, like, for the most part, I have to say, like, I'm blessed that my panel is they're very respectful, even if we don't. For the most part, even if we don't.
Oh really? Did you not see that first 20 minutes of chats?
I mean, that's a chat, but
same people.
Yeah, that's a chat. They can say. I mean, my thing is, I'm learning, bro. This is the great Rebecca, Miss NPC. She says it like people are going to think what they want to think.
Sure.
Let them have their opinions.
Yeah, well, there's opinions and then there's claims.
Yeah. What's the difference?
So opinions are just things that. So if I don't like somebody because I think that maybe they have a certain way of speaking that rubs me the wrong way. So, for example, me, an Orthodox guy, that's just kind of like, I don't really. It's kind of icky to me, so it's just like a sort of that's an opinion. I don't really like that guy because the way he holds himself. But then the claim would be, Orthodox guy said that so and so was a retard. You know what I mean? That's a claim.
Okay, I see that. Okay.
So I could prove that wrong, or I could prove that right.
Yeah. You can, or you can just ignore it. That is a claim, but then it borders on opinion. It's still maybe it's a type of opinion, right? That claim.
No, because wait, hold on. Let's be real here. Because what I'm saying is, obviously, I made the comparison to retard instead of using the word, the other word. But
you're not literally retarded. Yeah, that's a false claim. You're saying.
Well, yeah. What? Okay, so let me do a different example here. So so I could say, I love, this person because she's very sweet and she's always been kind to me. That's a great opinion, but can you really prove that? I mean, yeah, you can kind of prove it, but not in the way that you could prove something like, oh, I really love this person because they gave me flowers last week. Can you prove that they gave you flowers? Yeah, of course you can, because here they are right here. When did you get them? Well, the receipt says this day. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you can physically prove that. But my thing is, like, people, when I used to work at the drugstore all the time, and like people would come in, they didn't give me shit, except their kindness. And
okay, maybe you're not understanding what I'm saying at all.
Maybe, probably not, in the sense that, like, I guess it's like it's easy for me to say because I fought in battles and stuff for the last year in here, but I can understand, like,
I know that's what I'm saying, but that's the kind of the risk you took by putting me up here. But I'm not going to stay the whole time. Don't worry, I'll get out of here eventually.
No, you're more than welcome to stay. And I'll tell you this, guys, it's cool to talk about, express yourself how you feel, and I understand if something's been getting at you, but we're not gonna loop shit if I do when I do up the panel. And in the end, bro, this is we always say this is just
looping. This is a safe space, though. I do feel right.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to just loop on forever. Like, I get it. If someone doesn't like someone, why can't we just accept it? Like, and move
that's
on,
that's exactly what I'm saying. Is that that's not what I'm saying. I think that's totally cool and that's totally fine, and I'm willing to do that with anyone. But all I'm saying is that there's a difference between that and there's, like, Joe Cool. I think he's got a real knack for this. There's a real value in saying things about what is being made. Just the way he. I mean, it's so unique. I'm not just trying to kiss his ass, but just the way that I see him.
You're glazing pretty hard, but he deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, dude. When people say, and here's the other thing, I have really no association with him. We haven't really, talked that much on our own terms. But so so I don't really have anything to gain from, like, glazing him. It's really just a genuine thought, in a connection that I have. And the reflection of what kind of thing that I would ask others to think about when they're holding themselves in this space and how they operate is kind of, what would Joe Cool do?
Yeah, he does. He's very analytical and thoughtful in his approach.
He's fair.
To these things.
He's a fair person. That's the best word I think would be fair.
Yeah.
Like he no matter what happens, and no matter, dude, if it's I feel like if it was his wife and then some random person on the internet and they started getting an argument, I feel like he would be like, well, hold on, this random person on the internet has a point. You know what I mean? Well, hold on, wife. You know what I mean? He wouldn't even side with her.
And if I was, this is weird. If I was his friend and not his wife, and that he did that, I'd be like, hold on now, man. I feel kind of disloyal. But then disloyalty. But then I can understand if I zoom out how he is fair and how that is a really good attribute. So yeah. maybe it's my snobbiness too sometimes, because it's like, especially when I'm not in the middle of something at the moment, I'm like, it don't matter. I know my shit's good. I'm living a good life. People can say what they want and all that shit, but I get it. It seems like you've been attacked, right? And then people. Yeah. I mean,
and that's fine. I can handle the attacks. I can handle the boogers. I can handle the this. I can handle the that. But I'm just standing on the foundation of I will admit if there is something that I say is opinion, and if it's dude, it seems like you're dancing around it, to be honest, right now. Like, it seems like, I mean, and we don't have to get into this. I get it, but if for the final statement I'll make here is that all I'm saying is, if you're going to exist in these spaces online, it's fine to have opinions, but it's not fine to lie about people. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's what, dude, you should have said at the beginning. I don't co-sign that at all.
Well, yeah, because all I'm saying, that's what I mean when I'm saying there's a difference between opinions and then claims, because a claim could be used in a lie, and if it's I would have got it sooner if you would have said the word lie. I get it. I thought you were pointing at that for sure. I get it. Yeah, fuck all that lie and the claim and shit. That's bullshit. Like, for example, like I told you, I'm in a good space. But one thing I have to admit, something that I noticed was when you did bring up Paul, when he was like, I don't know, he's trying to do shame me or slash, as he said, teach me a lesson or whatever. And because I questioned, like why are you guys talking about the Jack Talcott like for 3 hours straight, when the topic is, which I was asked to come on your show to talk about astrology at one point, right? Mm-hmm, yeah. And so I asked that in the chat, and he felt some type of way,
And the first thing he said is like, NPC, your show's boring and not entertaining. And I was like, okay, that it did hurt my feelings kind of. And
well, that's
so
a
much,
broad statement, right? That's a statement
right?
for what, every single hour of every show you've ever done, or is it,
Exactly.
you know, which part?
That's why you said. I remember you said like, I don't know. I don't think you've looked at his catalog that
Well, yeah,
well.
and that's another thing. So that right there is a that's a big claim. It can be, you know, proven false, obviously, because you can find plenty of instances where you have people having fun in the chat. But I do think he's right. We should hold each other accountable for this kind of space where we want to make sure it's entertaining, and that's why I made these, you know, tools. Like one of the ones I was thinking is just like a, you know, well, I guess the vibe meter wouldn't be quite right.
Yeah, it
But
was pretty good.
something like boredom meter, you know what I mean, or like how boring
Yeah.
is this, and just something like that, you know what I mean? Because it's
That
true.
is kind of good.
If people
Yeah.
are bored, it's like that's the last thing you want. It doesn't really matter.
Of course.
Because if people came out to see you, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, of course, right? And that's why, like, it was good though. Once I got past the, you know, the annoyance and kind of anger what he was saying, I was like, and he said it mentioned it's actually good. Next question is like, why would people think why would you think I'm bored? So I can maybe get better, right? And but what he did was that was interesting that he appealed to the audience because he was in OTW's chat too, I guess, and people were in there. Streaming Landry. OTW was streaming Landry.
That's his new favorite thing,
content.
dude. Shout out to OTW for being the number one Landry streamer on online right now. Even more than Landry. He can do it. He can do it in his sleep.
Yeah, making money while he's asleep and whatnot. Yeah, and then Paul said like, okay, put a chat, put in because I guess it wasn't enough for him to address me, so he had to say, chat. What do you think about NPC? Put in one if he's boring and entertaining his show. And I was like, okay. And most of those people that did it, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 people did it. They're his fans, it seemed like, or TW. But one of them, I was like, holy shit, that's interesting because she's come over here on my panel before, and then you know, she said nice things and never said I was boring or anything like that. But this person right here, Bex, she says, hi, NPC the game, MML and chart, which when I thought it was interesting how she threw a 1 in the chat. I'm like, oh, okay. So you think I'm, in general, my show's boring and not entertaining. And then I was like, damn, okay, I get it.
Well, dude,
I get it.
That's what we got to do with 7th House too. We got to be able to just have that sort of, that's the best way to serve each other. Is like, well, we can pick up on maybe what the other person's feeling, but also sometimes I feel like I do kind of feel you reaching towards the feeling of the group, but it kind of, you don't really know how to like separate the two. So even right now, dude, I think you should do like just a poll to see, you know, what people want. Do they want you to continue here with, you know, me, or do they want to vote me off, or do they want to you know, I think you should have some fun with it. I mean, seriously, just like take risks here. I think you genuinely should. I think you should right now put a vote in your chat to keep me or to get rid of me, please.
You're asking for a question. I don't care, but
I want you to though.
Okay,
I'm asking you to.
Okay, I can do that for you.
Because this is what I'm saying. Just have some fun. Have some fun.
Yeah, let me address this too, because normally I would get angry about this, like, or just a little, you know, pissed off. But I was like, I literally would want to know, Bex. So when I drop the link, if you can tell me what's boring and entertaining about and not entertaining about my show, let me know, because it's interesting how you're here right now. If you think it's boring and not entertaining, so yeah, how do you do a poll? That's on the YouTube, right?
Yeah, you got to go to the actual chat. It should be an option, just like a little plus sign or something.
Okay.
You should put it on the screen. Because this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn things to make things more fun and spice them up, you know?
Mm-hmm. You're trying to do that. What does Paul call it? Info. I call it Jerry Springer shit.
That's not like Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer would be like, yeah, I don't know. That's not a good comparison, because this is just like a fun
Marathon Kev.
Fun little twist. You know what I mean? Jerry Springer would be like when there's 10 people up here, and then you're like, vote to kick one out. Pay to kick one out.
Right.
Pay to shut one up. This is way more just like simple than that. This is me saying, let's read the room and let's see how we can make it serve both you and me and not waste anybody's time.
Yeah. Look at Lady KT Flow State, Miss Flow State. She said grift it. Yeah. Why not? Right. And by the way, you did a great stream the other day, Lady KT, when you were streaming. That was good. Yeah, this is Landry, Modern Man, lost again, right?
Modern Man gone.
Fucking legend already streaming. So let me see about how to do this stupid shit. Not stupid shit.
See, this is what I'm saying. She doesn't need a poll to read a room. So Cynthia thinks that
It helps. I would say it helps.
Of course, it helps, dude. But that's what I'm saying. There's this pettiness here that we're like we're. So this is what I'm saying. I'll give the people the power, and I'm ready to face the wrath. And you know what? I hope you know there won't be any hard feelings either way. I'm literally able to separate myself from the fun and the
the thing about it. It's a fun poll, and like the thing is, like I veto as the as the host of the channel. So depending, I don't just because they want you to stay or want you to go, depending on how I'm feeling, that's what we're gonna do, regardless of what these polls and stuff. At least today. But let's see. Poll. Oh, plus, there we go. Start a poll. So what did you say? Should Landry be kicked off?
Yeah. Keep Landry.
Keep Landry.
Okay, no, do three options here. We need 3 options. So we need keep Landry, open panel, and then we need kick Landry, open panel, and then we need keep Landry, keep panel closed.
I got it. Wait. 3. Yes or no on Landry staying, and then open panel, or just open panel.
Sure.
Okay. Well, you're lucky. I'm giving you usually I don't. I must really like you.
Well, hey man, I mean, to be fair here, like at the same time, I'm finally feeling like I have enough value to stream on my own. So I'm like, well, I got to make sure that I let you know that it's like it's all good and I'm here. But I also feel for the first time that I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird transition to go through to feel like valuable in a space. You know what I mean? When it kind of feels so hard to get there.
Yeah, I felt that like after my awards, finally, kind of like, I am valuable and all that shit. You did it after 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, obviously there's value we have in our real life, but I guess it's like it's essentially just fear of like public speaking in a way, where you just feel like, well, sometimes it's not public speaking because sometimes there's 0 people there, right?
Right. Okay, there's the poll. It should be there. Let me see. I don't see it. Do you see it?
Like, dude, today, I don't know. There could have been some serious.
What happened in the chat?
Oh, with Jack?
Yeah.
It was just a bunch of people. I mean, like he's just getting so. And I know it's like it's obvious that there's just a few people who are maybe like 5 or 6 people that are just maybe more. I don't know, but there's clearly sock puppet accounts in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're
wait, hold on. We got a donation from Kev, and then this poll is going ridiculous right now. Let me see. Let me bring the poll up. Wait, first of all, thank you, Marathon Kev, for the donation.
Yeah, man. Thank you for
He said Landry is cool as fuck, chill as fuck. He definitely is.
That's cool, man. And that's cool that you have people that donate like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good brother. I like Marathon Kev. We be friends off panel too.
I mean,
off
see it online,
off
by the way.
Off YouTube.
You can click it, by the way, to make it pop up.
Yeah, I will. Cool. Let me just get this shit real quick. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you, brother.
Plug walk. I don't even understand how the fuck my plug talk. Pick him up in a space coupe. I don't let my plug walk. Skirt. Pull up in a space. New freak had to cut my other little bitch off. 50K, you could come and book a cracker for a plug walk. Big ol' Bentley, it's a spaceship. Call me on my phone, I don't say shit. I make money when I talk. I'm a boss, take a loss.
Okay. This should be off.
Oh, whoops. I accidentally commented from Jack Talcott. My bad, dude.
Oh, my God. All right, wait. That should be off. What are we doing? Yeah. But do you see the poll now?
It doesn't make sense, though. The way it's written, it's not like I do. It's echoing. You have the volume on.
Do I? No, I don't.
Well, why am I hearing it twice? Oh, no, it's me. Sorry, not you. Whoops.
Yeah,
okay, so yeah.
You.
Yeah, it's always me. So, but do you see the way you wrote it? Keep Landry or kick him? Yes, no, open panel. So what would that be? Keep is yes?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I think yes means keep. Yeah.
Okay, well, open panel. That's not even choosing. Oh well,
Yeah, that's 50 people,
live your life.
50%.
But but you don't see what I'm saying. It's like you should have made an open panel keep, open panel kick. You know what I mean? So it's more split.
Oh god.
You don't have to do it. No, don't listen to me. I'm just telling. Hey, what's up, missing mod? Welcome.
They definitely want the open panel.
Yeah, just open it up, dude. And
And they want to keep you. 13% of people want to. I'm reading it. This is my interpretation. 13% of the people want you out of here, right? At least for tonight. 39 want you to stay, keep you, right? And then people want to get up here on the open panel, right?
Is that a real question, missing mod? You really don't know who Landry is, or is it a joke?
He's joking. Missing mod. That's funny because I was adding missing mod the other day in your chat when I was trying to talk to you. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. It was so weird.
Sorry,
you weren't even
mod.
there, and she just kept adding you.
She was there for a minute.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Okay, let me drop the link for you guys. No, first of all, dude, before we do that, we're gonna edging.
Man,
your dad,
edging.
bro.
We ain't edging him, dude. What are you doing, man? Just open it up.
Hold on, bro. I want to. You got your dad, bro. You had your dad and shit.
Yeah,
so
I did. Yeah.
Do you think? Was your dad pretty present in your life growing up?
Financially, yes. Emotionally and physically, no. He was there, but we didn't live in the same city. But it's weird. They were still married, but he worked in a different city.
Yeah. What traits do you think help? Because I would think that make you more resilient too. Because they're saying that if you didn't have the father there all the time, it actually could actually make you more resilient and be able to push through things. Or do you think there was an opposite effect?
No. I don't feel like I don't know. I don't feel very like I don't think that I portray any signs of sort of the overconfidence. Where people have to like prove like, oh man, I walk into a room and like, do you know all the stuff I have? Do you know do you know that I have a house? Do you know I have this and that?
Yeah.
So it's that ego thing where people might see it as ego when I'm trying to tell people that we should do better. But for me, it's a pretty comfortable confidence that I think I have.
Okay.
But sometimes I definitely do struggle with like, overthinking stuff. That's a big thing I have, but that's not uncommon.
Yeah. I wonder if that is the mom stuff or dad. It's probably just a combination of this fucking.
Hey, but I want to lay something out here though, dude. So
hold up.
Wait, no, real quick. When you pull it up, depending on just obviously I'm gonna read the room, but depending on the heat level, I would like it to be very clear that I don't enjoy the big giant enormous panels. If it gets super big, I'm not trying to rage quit or anything, but I will talk to anybody, but I'm hoping there's some sort of moderation and there's not a bunch of yelling. Can we agree on that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, I might even make a little intimate get together, maybe like one or maybe two people at a time.
Whatever you want to do. I'm just letting you know that's my.
Well, the leak is out there. Yeah.
I mean, I've already heard claims, that I'm so scared of everyone, and just because I don't want 5 people in a panel, but it's like, dude, 4 is a party, 5's a little weird.
I wouldn't say I'm scared of fucking the internet. Like this for me, like my thing is it's like it's pointless sometimes because everyone's just talking over each other.
I'm not saying you're scared. I'm saying they came at me and said I was.
No,
scared.
I know you're not.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying in general. I'm talking in general. It's under the Sagittarius and Mercury, the abstract. I always say in general. Yeah, I just don't like it. I get lost in the panel.
Me too.
And it's actually a good time for me to take a break because sometimes it is like a job sometimes to admit. And sometimes like when there's a big panel, I just go, oh, okay, I can kind of zone out for a second, as long as it doesn't get too crazy. Yeah. Who's this? Oh, I think that we might have trouble with this guy right here.
What is it? Who is it?
Shit, no, I can't believe it's him. No, I was kidding. David Wayne, the legend. What's up, bro?
What's up, going on? How y'all doing?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Good. I saw you yesterday. And you were like, I need to talk to NPC on LTW.
Hey, can you highlight all the comments NPC like you normally do?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. He said, "What's up, David? I don't know if you met Modern Man Lost again."
Talking a little bit today.
Yeah, you're into this chat, bro. Yeah, Dave, what do you think going on? I remember you saying that.
Well, that was right when Paul was using his degrading bit, and I guess, did you see when he called me up there? Because I was drilling him pretty hard in the comments.
Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, you were talking about push and pull shit, manipulation. I saw you.
Yeah,
Bring that
yeah.
up. Yeah.
It was kind of frustrating, but if y'all made amends, then no need to go any further. It's just my opinion and, my perspective. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I appreciate you sticking up, talking up. I know people go, you don't need people to talk up for me, but like that was dope because you're just, speaking the truth in a sense.
Yeah.
And we actually had a good, right. We actually had a good conversation the next day, learning experience.
Yeah.
It's me and Paul.
Good.
Yeah, Paul and I.
That's good.
I need to send him an email. I'm supposed to interview him this week.
Who?
Paul.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Have a conversation. That should be fun. I've been wanting to do that for a while. But yeah, so here's a claim. Cynthia, my sister, she says someone's a control freak. You mean Landry? I assume you're pointing at Landry. Yeah, I wouldn't call him a control freak.
No,
this actually never really asked me for anything. That's why
this is obviously you asked me to be here today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's making the broadcast even more high powered, man. Yeah.
I've made the claim several times in many chats that Chuck and Cynthia and Modern Man got off on the wrong foot because he came in at a bad time when Jack and Chuck and Cynthia was in their cat fight, and they didn't get to see the best of each other. So
was Jack in the cat
fight? Maybe you can call it that. It wasn't the least amount of friction that they'd all given each other, and put it that way.
What happened?
The last 5 years, I guess. I'm kind of the new kid, and I'm just telling you what I've seen over the last 6 months since I've been here.
Yeah,
I was the new kid. You're the new kid now.
Yeah,
but it's an off and on with Jack and several different people. It's just life. I mean, brothers, sisters fight. And they come back together. You just got one of you just come in on like one of the bad. You'll be here long enough to be able to pick them out and see their attributes. And they have some. Cynthia's awesome, and Chuck's awesome too. So that'll come around though. You'll get to see that side of them. I used to think Flo was a giant turd, but now he's like one of the coolest ones in the running.
Yeah. That's a good insight, because that people, if you stick around long, if you do start seeing positive things, it's just that I guess sometimes for some of us, sometimes you're like, fuck it, like I get it, there's some positive thing, but I don't want to be around certain people because of the negative outrides that, and I respect that too.
If it overrides it, then there's nothing much you can do. Just stay off the stream. And then the previous example was basically, holy crap, this guy or this woman's kind of like me. Maybe no wonder I didn't like them at first. And then, you're in their chats all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Time will tell, and you have that discernment, that good old almighty discernment.
Yeah, for real. I think Landry's pretty astute, though. You picking up on things. Yeah. Any thoughts, Landry?
On me like mischaracterizing them. Well, I mean, here's the thing, dude, and I keep saying this. I really don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I just feel as if it's going to be a matter of opinions versus a matter of claims, I just would hope that things aren't spoken that are dishonest. You know what I mean? Because I don't like being called autistic. It's just, I'm so offended. Oh, my heart, I'm so offended. Yeah, say what you want, but I'm just saying, like, I would never say that about anybody. You know what I mean? Maybe I said it about Stinky N, but I don't even think that's true, because I think it's something else. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Because I'll say stuff. I will call somebody a garbage can, but I'm not going to make a claim that's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but Landry, when that when I think it was Cynthia said that, and Chuck said something else on that panel. The next time I saw Cynthia, I'm like, "What? Did you call Landry autistic?" Because I'm thinking, like, I never heard Landry say that about himself, and I was like, "What did you get that from?" She's like, "Well, did you hear him say it?" And she said, "No, I just been around a lot of autistic people, and I seen that." And I said, "Well, maybe we shouldn't, like, I wouldn't do that unless I know for sure, you know." And so yeah, I mean, even when you're not around, or any of you guys, if somebody says something about David Wayne that I didn't think was true, I probably would say something because I respect you guys.
Well, that's all
Even
I'm
if
saying.
somebody says something about
the
Cynthia.
difference between opinion and fact. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can say that I'm a piece of shit. I don't care. You know what I mean? Or a weasel. Weasel, that's fine. I'll take it. You know what I mean? But just the other ones, it's just different.
Mm-hmm.
Or hold on. The other one was that I bought a ticket for Paul and for Zetetic Warrior to come to an event that does not exist yet. So this is funny because this is like so incorrect. It just hurts. You know what I mean? Because Cynthia knew that the New Orleans thing didn't exist yet. Cynthia knew that, and she can come up here. I'm not trying to talk behind her back. She knew that he was making a claim that was out of left field. But like we're not calling each other out because he's our little drama queen. We love our little gossip girl. He. It's just like, well, dude, people could make serious claims if they're gonna just continue to get away with the small claims, and we'll just be like, okay, that's true. That's how you get to those things where people make claims about grandiose stuff that aren't true. You know what I mean? Where they just make it a worldwide scale because they're like, well, nobody told me when it was about me and you, so I'll just say it about bigger stuff.
I had that earlier in the week when I was that whole snow stuff, and like I was like, people were insinuating, flat out saying that there was something going on there when there wasn't. And I talked to those, for the most part, I talked to most of the people that were doing it, like up front to them. They came on here, and yeah, because I see what you mean. You don't want, even those things are ridiculous. Sometimes you got to say something. Well, I feel like you got to say something.
Yeah, and then you know what? And you know who does a great job with that? Shout out Joe Cool.
Yeah, he does. He keeps people honest for sure.
Shout out Joe Cool.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Cool. Yeah, I'm looking for some dirt on him so I can call him a hypocrite, but I haven't found anything yet. Yeah. Oh, I think Bex says something here. What's up, Bex?
You know what else is funny? I want to say real quick.
What's up?
So people are showing their true colors because people just in this space, they operate in such. Now I finally understand the internet because I never understood why small creators would be like so afraid of things, but I get it because people are just so evil. So I was making a comment about how I had my like to dislike ratio is so solid, and then the most recent video I get 29 dislikes as opposed to 13 likes. So
damn,
yeah, we know
people
that's
go out their way.
Oh, of course
I
they do.
I gotta dislike you very bad to hit that dislike button.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Even people
everything.
I really despise, I still don't hit it.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not hurting. Use your bots, use your tools. It's all good.
No, but here's the thing: you say evil, though. I wouldn't throw that. Me personally, I wouldn't throw that word around so far because
King Stephen.
Evil. Well, yeah, I was gonna do. You see, I was gonna say exactly that name, right? And maybe somebody else, but even Stephen, that person, I was thinking maybe not as evil as this guy. But with that said, dude, I think I came to an epiphany, and maybe I'll change my mind. But right now, it's like what David Wayne says. In a sense, I'm using a metaphor. It is like a community, or even for some of us heart folks, it's like a family, right?
Sure.
Here, and you don't like. Sometimes you don't like them, but you love them. And I'm holding this space where it's like, bruh, they're doing what they're gonna do. But in the end, I kind of have to forget about some stuff, because if I don't, I'm going to constantly be triggered by the things that they do. However, there are some good things they do too. That
great, yeah, no, that's your opinion, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just you having me here, I'm saying it's not going to serve you well. I promise you that.
What do you mean, like having them there? They're in the chat.
Having me here, I'm saying.
No, man, you're good.
Don't say that,
You're
bro.
Good.
Let me be the judge of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Unless you're like trying to like make my show horrible or something, which I don't think you're doing. You're making it better. Not. Yeah, I know. So yeah, bro, you have faith in your boy, man. NPC,
nice to meet
right?
You, David Wayne. Are you the guy who said I had a cool intro?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Fucking David Wayne's
pretty good
legend. Yeah, but bro, I'm nice and humble sometimes, most of the time, but I know my power. So, yeah, I'll be good. Like that's why I like you have a lot of power. That's why I like
Not
you, and
really.
you're actually a good
Nobody
dude.
has power yet. We could. I mean that we could.
Okay. Yeah. In the general spot, but here even, yeah, you're right. We could. Beck says, I took a call and I missed you addressing me. I assume it was about the one in the chat. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. I had the phone on mute and was playing around. I trust the ones of the people around me. So you trusted the group think. But no, I appreciate you saying that. That makes sense though. And even if you did think I was boring, that's okay. I was just a little shocked. No big deal, no big whoop. But that makes sense if you're playing around for sure. You get a pass, Bex, and you're a Scorpio, so yeah. It's not like Ahimsa, the Oracle says. It's not that serious, but I felt like I had to say something though. Serious enough, I guess.
Hey, so I do want to let you know I'm probably gonna jump out in just like 30 minutes, just because I have only one night left to play on the Jack stuff. So
Okay, yeah.
shoot me
Oh
a
yeah.
heads up.
So tell us about that. It's pretty soon. What's up, QI? What's up? Good to see you, sis. Happy Leo season. Miss Margot, I see you in the chat too. Good to see you. Good to see you. She says, now Cynthia is saying to the A-holes panel to discuss them. Who panel? Somebody else's live? It's too meta. This is why it's like Facebook 3.0, like Tommy says, in the sense that there ain't no secrets because you could always just go see what somebody's saying. I don't see. It must be a low level person because they don't even come up on my subscription if somebody's live. Anyway, but it's still he just says is Landry into astrology a little. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What's the commonality we have, Landry?
In our charts?
Yeah, in our chart.
It's an interesting
biggest one.
situation because it's like because I'm starting to realize it is a little bit conflicting because it's like a lot of seventh house, but it's in different spots. So I guess we can kind of try to think about that if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
And then we got David Wayne, the Cancer. We should run his chart too before you go, if you don't mind, Dave.
Sure.
Not at all.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
And so I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head. Well, actually, I finally made a folder, which is great, so I can have these all easily accessible. So we can look at me and you next to each other as soon as I send this other.
I literally read it for an hour a day now. The ones you already sent me, the synergy one.
Yeah, dude, it's important because it's awesome. easy to forget.
Yeah. We're talking topical, right? Right. That's the Western. It's probably not Vedic. But here's the thing, Lady KT. To me, maybe Ahimsa has a different view. Who's the fucking oracle? That's what we call the oracle. She knows so much about this stuff and other things. But topical or Vedic, it doesn't matter. You can still listen to what the planets and represent and the signs and get something and apply it to your life, regardless if it's topical or not. But it is good to clarify in this day and age, and not tropical. Tropical. Yeah. David Wayne, do you know your rising sign?
I don't. All I know is my ruling planet is the moon.
Well, that means that if that's your ruling planet, because the ruling planet of your chart is your ascendant sign's planet, so that would make Cancer because that's the moon planet, Moon's planet. So, do you feel pulled by the moon, pushed and pulled?
100%. To the point where, I can tell, I know when if without looking or being aware, just because everything's crazy. I know when it's a full moon or a new moon. And a pattern that I've seen over the last few months is if the new moon is crazy, the following full moon is going to be even crazier.
Right.
It's wild.
Yeah, I see it as maybe I have it reversed, but I'll just do it this way. I see the new moon is where we plant our seeds of what we want to happen, and then the full moon is okay, this is what you got. This is what manifested.
Hey, we just got out of retrograde. You know that, right? Retrograde just ended yesterday.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, yeah, and we were in Mercury and what, Leo?
I don't know. Probably.
I think we were. So the Mercury. We had all these Leo symbols and situations, people expressing themselves and heads like hitting each other and old cat fights. Yeah, there you go, Leo. Cat fights. Yeah.
See again, that's the thing. It's like there's cat fights, but there's also man fights. Sometimes a man fight becomes a cat fight.
Right. With the Leo head. What's up, Machine Lies? We got Machine Lies, good brother in the house. How's it going? Our Sagittarius sun sign. What's up, Matt? Machine. Blessings, man. I don't know if you're on mute or whatever, Machine, but hello. Yeah.
Hello.
What's up? How's it going, Machine?
Yo,
good to have you, brother.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all good. Yeah, major blessings to you and yours. What's really going on, Machine? What you got?
Nothing really. But yeah, blessings to you guys. Yeah, fatherless and motherless. Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks for getting us back on track. The fatherless and motherless and how it shapes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb the discussion there. Yeah.
No, you actually brought it back onto what my plan was, because having a lot of us didn't have a father or a mother, or some of us both. Some of us even had like mothers and fathers who we live with, but because of their busy schedules or whatever reason, we didn't see them that much, and we're talking about how this shapes who we become as adults. Yeah.
Right. I was continuing a little discussion on my show that I was having with you last time, and just to refresh your memory and maybe for the edification of the chat here, there was several factors that contributed to the modern situation. Modern men lost again, right? And basically, several factors in terms of the men. I'll talk about the men because I'm a man, right? So definitely the situation at home, with the fathers, right, going to work for the boss. In the factory, the situation with feminism and women's liberation, the situation of extended adolescence, and kids that are maybe 18 having later marriages, but reaching these stages of puberty faster, right? And also, the Industrial Revolution. So there's several factors that contributed to the rise of the modern situation for men and for women, and why we're basically all fatherless and motherless to some extent.
Right. That's why a good mentor of mine, he said that we got to become the mother and father we didn't have as an adult, in a sense. Even if you had quote unquote good parents or whatnot. Yeah.
Right. And then there's a loss of local communities. There's a loss of cultural traditions, and there's a dissipation of the family in general with the public school system. And you have daycare centers and old folks homes and all these types of things. So there's the situation for the family has changed significantly, right? Just in the last 50 or 60 years.
Yeah. I mean, not to get pry too deep, but I remember you saying, like, I think your parents are professionals or were professionals, right?
Oh yeah, they're both doctors, so they were, almost never around, to a large extent, right? And then when they were around, it was, are you getting good grades in school? It's basically the only question that they have, like a lot of Indian, and even Asian. Their situation with their parents is really strange.
It's all grades and stuff and achieving the next goal, right?
Yeah, because getting a house and starting a family was relatively easy back then. So they expect you to have a very easy time, getting into it now. But that's not the appropriate situation, right? The whole goal is to get a lot of money first before you do that, right? So that's a huge obstruction for most people, right? Like I'm like most people in their 20s, right? Like there's a high chance that they would be owning a house. Whereas
Yeah.
now, it's like in your late 30s and stuff that you're actually able to own a house and stuff.
Right. If that, if that, depending on like how, where you're living and how hard you're working. Yeah. It's wow. Because like funny you said that about the grades and stuff, because I see it as because the kids I teach, most of my classes it's after they go to normal school. They go to my school to learn English, and we don't do we don't do grades like that. They give tests, we give grades, but it's crazy how the parents, all they care about is the high school exam text, entrance exam, or the college exam, or even the junior high exam. And these kids are just running them ragged, and I don't even know if they check in with their kids, like, what's gone with you, what's up with you, if you have any troubles, like not academically, are you having any troubles with students, is there anything else like you want to do for fun more? I'm sure you were never asked those questions, right? Probably that question.
Yeah, I mean, I was on a lot of Ritalin, when I was growing up, and
I did that for a little bit.
That was so I could get adjusted to the school system that I had a very difficult time getting adjusted to.
Yeah.
Even though when I made it to like college or something like that, or the university level, I was very good at like attaining academic success. Because I was able to choose my own subject areas, right? So the problem is and this is a huge problem in the modern sort of school system, is that and this is a reflection of the Industrial Revolution as a whole, is that kids don't really work with their family. They used to have a family business, and used to sort of train with their family, and there used to be a sort of a tutelage there, right? In the community and in the family, and that's missing now, right?
Yeah.
So
I think Landry was lucky that you experienced that, right? More or less, Landry, you got to work with your family at some points.
Not until very late in life.
Okay.
It actually wasn't as it wasn't as many roses as you might think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a not so good thing about working with family, you think?
If you're working with a family in a place that has a lot of other people who've been established there for a long time, and you come in as a family member of one of the people who is in a power position, you're going to get looked at and immediately disliked because you're getting an advantage, privileged position for just being related to somebody. So immediately it makes you kind of looked down upon as far as like the average working man goes. So they'll kind of forge these fake nice relationships with you, while on the backside, they hate you.
Yeah. Yeah, David Wayne, I know you're a man of you're skilled in your career. I mean, like you look, you said you work with electricity, you build houses and just you're a master builder in a sense, right? So have you seen that much family businesses in your field, or?
Yeah, the worst thing, I was one of those cats that talked about one of those cats. I had my boss man let his mom come in. I'd been running a job for about 3 months, and his mom just wanted to come and work and help, and she got there and started changing up a bunch of things, the way that I'd handled stuff, and then we got behind by 2 weeks, and he come to me about it, and I was like, you just handed over all of everything to your mom, a few days ago, and then here we are, and you're gonna ask me about it. He's like, that's not gonna work. I'm like, yeah, I'll do better. I wasn't the one talking crap about her behind her back, but I got to see it firsthand. The only time I did say anything was in that specific conversation, and it didn't go very far because mommy, and I get it.
Yeah, you can't compete against mom.
No,
in a lot of ways. think Tony Soprano said it in a roundabout way. Like a lot of men, maybe women too, but a lot of men they're trying to go back into their mom where they came from.
We have a lot of it's the similar formula right now. Is like young with the old money, you know, the young
Is it old money
that have that have what's been passed down from their grandparents or their their fathers and mothers or whatever that have everything. A 35-year-old these days are struggling. They've got it. So you can probably imagine that same attitude towards them as a position granted to somebody higher in a workplace,
Yeah.
that same mentality. Well, they ain't nothing. They ain't, I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Growing up, Dave, were most of your friends and peers, did they have both parents?
No. It was literally either one or the other, or they was being raised by their grandparents.
That's a big one.
That was
the grandparents. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
it is. And it was a weird dynamic. It went from both ends of the spectrum, from extremely well disciplined to I'm in bed every night at the right time to well, this guy's in jail now because they couldn't raise him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I was 2 when my mom and dad split up, so I couldn't remember it now if I tried, of course. But
yeah,
there were times where it felt like it was forever before I'd see my dad, and then there were times where I wished it was a long time before I saw my mom again. But she was just, dude. She was strong.
Yeah.
It's
wild.
She raised 2 of us like that, and it worked out. It's good.
Yeah.
I learn a lot. That's the best thing, is passing it down.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. The resilience that you learned, and I know you're a good dad. And for me, like I'm trying to, make my sons, give them what I thought I didn't have, if not even more. You know, makes me focus on that stuff.
My son's genetics are falling right in line with the way I grew up, like the way, and then my mind too, man, the things that he says. So I just sprinkle him.
Andrew, before you go, hold on. What'd you say? Your mind what?
So I'll just sprinkle this and that, like this is a thought I wish I had when I had that realization, and then let him hold on to it. Like he mightn't stew on it, but he's got it for when he's like, oh, that's what that means.
Yeah, you're planting the seeds, man.
That's it.
Yeah, and then they'll come out. Maybe it's even like a cicada, like where they burrow in there for years, and they come out years later. All transformed.
Yeah, that's cool.
What's
up, modern man? What you say about the bounce?
Mm-hmm. Thank you for your time. I'm making a thumbnail
you're gonna
right
bring
now.
up the astrology stuff, but what you
I still can. I still just I don't feel as we don't have to force the astrology. There's always next time.
No, I'm saying no. You seem preoccupied.
No. Well, of course. I'm I'm a busy man today. Got a lot of things to do for tomorrow. Because tomorrow I got to get everything ready here.
I see you in the back.
He's coming in.
Right. He's coming in. Jack, that's gonna be epic for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And before you go, we always welcome here. I don't know if you met the next guest. Before you go, do you mind if I bring him up? It's not.
It depends on who it is.
It's the Powder Dusty. He's a good guy.
I mean, if you want, sure. Yeah. I mean, what's the point of sticking around though for a brief introduction?
Oh yeah.
Salute to the panel. What's going on?
What's up, man? It's been a minute, man.
Oh yeah, I'm just out for a drive. Just to leave the house.
Yeah. to leave
The
the
streamer
house.
life gets pretty stationary.
I don't know, man. You might not have to stream anymore because KT did a great job the other day. She did great.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. I got her set up, and then I fell asleep for the whole time.
Yeah, it's good to have you. I don't know if you met Modern Man. Lost again.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Hello, we have met, but it's okay. I know.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good. You meet a lot of people. No worries.
This is the Pope of the Panelverse. Probably
That's what I hear.
the big dick energy, right? Yeah, I see you in the back, Himza. I'll keep it just for 1 second, because I don't want to get too big here. Yeah. Any thoughts in your time away, Powder Dusty, or on fathers or motherless people?
I think it's an interesting topic. You know that I've delved down into the personality psychology stuff a lot, and if you're interested in this route, the Enneagram is a system that's really good about getting into the particulars of this. I think more than attachment styles, but that's just a personal preference. But yeah, man,
Well, the Enneagram will help with can kind of coax some stuff out. You may
yeah.
not
So
yeah.
Sure. So the Enneagram is basically it breaks people off into 9 types and then 27 subtypes, and actually with instinctual variance, what's 3 times 27? That many subtypes. So it can get very granular, like astrology, if you choose to make it so. But there's 9 core types, and basically, instead of saying how you're a special, awesome snowflake, it's based out of your neuroses, and all of us, when we're from ages 2 to 5, we're in a hypnotic state, and we don't critically process information that comes in. We just absorb it to get to know our environment, and that really programs us for the future. And all of us kind of have core wounds, I'm doing air quotes, that end up defining our personalities later in life. And it's divided in 3. So there's type 2, type 3, and type 4. Those deal with shame. Yeah, with shame as a core wound. Type 5, 6, and 7 deal with fear. Types 8, 9, and 1 deal with anger. And I'm just to use me as a reference point, I'm a type 8. So my core wound is anger. And that shapes my personality as an adult, right? Because this is how we're formed. When we learn the world we're in, 8s learn that they're in harsh, competitive, not friendly environments. And so they become adversarial. And just as an example.
Well, for your example, though, would you say that those 8s are becoming that anger, or even though they seem like they're pushing against it, but in doing so, they're kind of like can embody it too, if they're not careful.
Can embody what? Sorry, I'm pulling out to the house, so my internet will be spotty for a second.
Oh,
say that again.
Oh, the anger, like, because of course you wouldn't want to be angry, right? Nobody really wants to be angry. However, if you're in that mode, that 8 mode, do you think a lot of guys become that? End up becoming that?
Because anger is a more comfortable emotion, negative emotion than a lot of the soft ones. So just what the system says is numerically 6s, which is a fear type, and 9, which is an anger type, are the most common. And actually within each of those, within 6s, there's a split, which I won't get into, but it's possible. 8s do tend to be more guys than women by far. It's not, dude. It's not one of the most common types.
Bye, Landry. I definitely want to. Love you too, Landry. Peace. Yeah, and Hames, like, come up, man. I was about to let you up. Well, man. Yeah, but no, now I definitely want to know, because it does go in sync with what I was talking about. It's a bit more in depth of it, how we're brought up and the traumas end up. Yeah, we become that, but that doesn't mean that you have to stay that way, huh? Or
it's not like I'm an 8 and I'm not going to change into a 6, right? And I think that the concept of rounding somebody out entirely, would be to neutralize the person to a degree, right? To a degree, our scars are what define us.
Right.
But it just like I like to use the socionic system, the 16 types to understand other people. But I think I think Enneagram is really a lot better for understanding yourself.
Okay. Which then it's a good jump off point for understanding other people. Yeah. Once you do that,
it could be.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain, but like there's a author I particularly like. His name is Claudio Naranjo, like Naranjo, like the word for orange in Spanish. And
Naranjo, yeah.
Naranjo, yeah.
Joe Cool.
Yeah, that's
OG.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
But Naranjo, when I read Naranjo's Type 8 description, it was one of those sort of light bulb moments where it's like, oh, this is why my life is the way it is. Right?
That's helpful. That's helpful, man.
Accurate self-reflection is, I believe, the most difficult thing for anybody to do, and I'm under no illusions I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I learn from looking at y'all. If it's in you, Flo, it's in me. That's how I learn about myself. But I'm better at seeing you guys than seeing myself.
Yeah. But I see that for sure. I can learn from that too, learning about his, even though I might be like more like a 6 or something in terms of the fear. I don't know. Because with you, Flo, like since you're here, you're using yourself. You're the sacrificial lamb. I've seen you angry. I can see in a handful of times what I thought was angry, and because normally you're fucking chill. You're chill, but then again, don't fuck with you type of shit. I can feel that vibe too. But like it was that finance debate, which was probably one of the most angry I've seen you. Like, that one, and
I remember that.
I thought that was interesting, man.
He was like talking about inflation. He was like, these niggas. He ain't say that, but he's like, they just don't understand. Inflation is caused by something. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That's just frustration.
Okay.
And probably arrogance, right? Like I know what I'm talking about. How dare these peons fucking talk about shit like they know it, right? Like it's that sort of bullshit. It might have also been a little bit like it was at the end of my cycles, right? I was ready for a vacation. But no, I'm older now though, right? Katie met me when I was younger. I've learned how to manage. I've learned how to manage my temper better, which is to manage it, right? Because I realized I didn't like blacking out from anger.
Oh, you
to manage it. I like it.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's like I managed to manage my anger, which is to manage it, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, because after a few times of you just try to white knuckle it and hold it back, and then until you literally can't, but then you're literally out of control. And sorry, I'm just older, I'm wiser. I give less fucks, and I understand if I'm getting that mad, I let myself get mad and not try to keep it in check. That's my point of
Yeah, he's saying that he let himself. He's realizing that when he was cutting out a little bit, he's realizing he was in control of that. He was making himself mad. That makes sense. Yeah, it's cool though because I was thinking myself mad. Just me up.
I wasn't. I wasn't making myself mad. I just wasn't managing my own anger.
Right.
Okay.
And it was mostly when I was a young adult, right? Because I'm managing bank branches, have a marriage that's crazy, have a baby daughter, life is busy, and I'm also in a situation where I'm surrounded by women. I staff women. I'm married to a woman crazy, a daughter who's 1.5 woman. And my skill set for dealing with stressful situations when I was younger, which was basically
fix your internet.
Drunk.
Fix your internet. Closer you get to the crib, the more shitty it's getting.
I can hear him though. He was saying like when you said you getting drunk was a way to escape that or manage that, but that has
he certainly was.
Itself.
He also was saying that I think he was saying that he gave himself permission to be mad back then. And he started revoking that permission as he got older. I think I heard that too.
Kind of like more disciplining yourself. not being so easy.
But he's being very specific when he is saying stop
goes.
giving yourself permission to crash out.
Kick him out and then bring back the real TPD is back. TBD is back. I think he's probably on his home Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, I'm back on it.
Oh, look at that. Crispy clear.
But no, I just needed to manage myself, right? The skill set I'd learned in my teens and stuff in high school, college, which was just to be basically a drunk, aggressive, fighting asshole. It didn't work anymore. And so I was just trying to check my emotions past my capacity to really check them, right?
Yeah. I remember in your interview, like you were the beer guy. You were the beer guy.
Yeah.
Right? In high school.
Well, I got a fake ID when I was 15. I just turned 15. I was still a freshman in high school, and I was the only one who had the bravado, I suppose, to pull it off at that age.
Did you abuse it? I think I would have, right? Once you learn you got the skill. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I got cocky with it, and I'd try to get liquor store owners to give me employee T-shirts, so I could represent their liquor store.
God.
I'd have so much booze there.
15 years old, man.
Right. And damn, you already doing a legal sentence. You all in.
Right.
God.
I remember taking selfies with the owners of Stadium Liquors. Right?
You bogus as fuck, Joe.
I'd sit there with my little, the little shopping carts full of booze. My first trip tonight, guys.
Oh my God, that's bogus as fuck. And then they pop up on the news with Flo's selfie. It's alcohol a minor. He got 2 shopping carts full of shit, but they smiling with their arm around him. Yeah. I didn't know. I swear.
When you're the only freshman who can consistently buy alcohol,
you gotta be popular as fuck, bro.
Job. It's a job.
Yeah.
I never drove anywhere in high school.
Right. Probably didn't pay for alcohol either.
I didn't pay for alcohol. That's how I made my money. It's how
it
was a way of life.
Right.
It didn't help that Kansas City, most people don't know, it's a very Irish Catholic town. People drink a lot there anyways. And I'm going to an Irish Catholic high school and I'm playing rugby, which is
that's all
the only
party
sport
liquor.
where you have high schoolers literally drinking on the field during the game. So it was just
like
all
European soccer teams or something.
Yeah.
Even worse though, these guys.
Even worse than the hooligans.
Yeah, like my god brother, he went. Actually, the reason why I went to the Jesuit school, I went to high school, is because he went there, and my mom saw that. Oh wow, this is a good school.
That explains some shit. MPT,
so
Jesuits high school.
Yeah, it was great education. Learned a lot. Men for others. That was our mission statement.
Yeah,
I believe that. Yeah. Exactly. You got it. You got it. See, and the thing about it, my godbrother Glenn, his mother didn't want him. Glenda didn't want him to play football because she was like, "Oh, you're gonna get hurt." So he's like, "Okay, mom, I'll play rugby, the new club." Which is crazy because it's way more dangerous in my opinion. I play football, but like no pads, right, Flo?
Right.
No
and they hit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just the perfect size. I was the biggest little guy. I was basically a wide receiver.
Right.
Yeah.
But still had enough weight on you where you could dominate other wide receivers. I dig it.
Right. Correct.
Maybe a little small for a tight end, but you might have been able to do both.
And you know what? Yes, I moved to tight end in my later couple of years.
Tight end, outside linebacker. Dude, no. When you were gone, Dusty, in a sense, you are a leader in this panel. I like it or not. I'm sure you are a leader.
I'm in agreement.
The compliment.
He's right though. He's right.
It's so hard to say it. When you were gone, dog, my glazing meter went down so far. So this is kind of hard right now. So what I'm saying is, you're a leader and stuff. And it's funny how when you were gone, I had a couple broadcasts when I went on Landry's and Modern Man lost again, and Paul on Slave was there, and we had our dust up.
Oh my god! No, really, I know he's sitting on floor. That's his pastime.
Yeah,
or job.
Oh, Paul did.
Yeah, so he went over there, and then the next day, we were cool. It was yesterday, and it's just interesting to hear him talk about all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because he even threw me into this thing, like about like
I
how
bet.
we just sit here and do nothing and don't contribute or whatnot.
What Paul was saying.
Yeah, like in our panels in the panel verse, and I said, "Oh, okay, we give you the benefit of the doubt, maybe." However, the more I thought about it, was like, bro, especially Dusty, you give people a place where they can relax and have fun.
Yeah,
and that whether you agree with it or not, or call them this or that, fuck it, bro. This is coming from someone who I like doing that, but I try to be more towards the educational stuff. It's probably why my numbers are lower. But anyway, that's just me. But then I'm getting to respect other people's way of being, and I'm like, fucking Flo. He fucking giving people a place where they can fucking be themselves and have fun. That's a good thing, right?
I always say that's just what distinguishes him from other channels, right? Like you would have your zone and you try and stick to it. Everybody got this thing. You can kind of label what they are. Flow allows everybody. It's like Sweden. They come in there and fucking everybody can meet from every. I'm from the fucking 1A community. Everybody can come in there. It gives you room to be yourself. That's rare,
right?
And Paul would go after you because he believes in us versus them, and just by being in Flo's proximity, you're gonna get jumped on. He's one of those guys. Just being on the panel, if you're nice to Flo, you're gonna come over there. He's gonna try and be all charismatic, act like he like you. But I don't understand how you hang with those losers. That's his little stick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean he's welcome over
to me when I hang with him, though. That's the funny thing.
Paul's welcome over too, and he knows that. But he's got me. He's got me blocked on everything. Facebook Messenger, which he's in contact on, YouTube, StreamYard, even Cash App, I think. Like this man has me blocked up. But he watches more than any of you guys do.
Raw dog you.
He tried to raw dog NPC yesterday, and then when NPC called him out, it was just a bit. It was just a bit. It was one of my aspects, is what he was calling them, talk about a cop out, like
right. And David actually said something which I love in the chat. He didn't let that, and he was in hostile territory because there was a lot of unslaving in there on OTW's thing, and he's like,
he called me out. I was wearing him out in the chat, and he was reading every bit of it.
Don't sleep on David. I see the way David moves.
No,
he's got.
What happened? What y'all say?
He's got a touch that it's hard to define.
Yeah.
I'm learning from the best, Flo.
You want to see what happened?
I do. I like that.
I'll show you what happened.
I would flow on that, David.
Well,
you are easy.
See, I knew his bit game already. So if you ever watch it from when I first go up, you'll notice my tone's a little quieter and different. Like, are you okay? I give him a little bit of a bit, but I'm promising it flew way over his head. I promise.
Now what I'm doing is, go ahead, Flo.
I mean, I was just gonna say, I appreciate Paul for the things I've been able to utilize him for, and that's sort of my perspective, is that not everybody is going to be an ally, but everybody has a utility. They kind of get to decide whether they're going to enjoy that.
Which end is going to be on.
But I mean, like, look, if I'm honest, like, it's got to be when I met you all. Well, Joe Cool, I guess. This was before I even met Machine Lines. Paul was at the top of his game and hemorrhaging clout daily, and it's got to be a hard position for him to watch as the powers kind of move around, which they constantly do in life.
Yes, and you got to understand that. Yes,
I mean, I understand that his battle is with himself, and he needs to learn how to change.
I like it. I'm trying to realize that, so I won't be so hard on him all the fucking.
And I hope that didn't sound as pretentious as it felt when I said it.
It will. He be interpreted that way by him, but I understand. And OTW and all your enemies, it'll be Can you believe what he said?
Well, this is what I mean about Flow State, bro. That like I respect about him, and I like what I like. I was to say straight up, I like that he's fucking not rude. Now, don't get me wrong; he'll probably cuss you out and clown you if he feels like he needs to. Right. But he doesn't come off the top as rude, and that's what got me in this interaction I'm about to show you. And the funny thing is, about Paul, which I hate that shit. Maybe I need to grow I learn a lesson for whatever it is. But I just right at the moment I hate rudeness, unwarranted, and
Interesting. At the moment, you say at the moment. Is it like
He
more,
did say.
what do you mean at the moment?
because probably gonna be something else I'll get pissed off about. The way I am, I never can be 100% happy about something. I have to find something to complain about. You and I have a golden line.
It'll
No,
be
I'm curious
something
why
else
you
later.
contextualized it.
I thought he was saying because he expects to grow a little bit and be less
Right.
and be more
There you go.
tolerant of people. All right.
Yeah, more. Yeah. And it's funny because what I'm doing right now is what he made fun of us for doing. Us other people not in his group.
Yeah.
About like, see, all you guys do is you use other content.
People's
and you
accounts.
go into loops. Well, I'm trying to show the man who wasn't even here. So
Everyone
this is what happened yesterday on Modern Man's.
World.
All right, you're not showing the okay.
What'd you say, Dave?
Every time it turns into Paul against the world.
Every
When it's not
time
like that.
so fast.
This is what inspired me about this motherless and fatherless thing, is because I'm thinking about, hey, there's people in our panelverse that experience it. And when you didn't have a mother in your life, I was sharing, according to child development theory, you think everything's a threat a lot of times as an adult, and even when there's no threat there.
When there's
and
no
kinda,
mom, huh?
Yeah,
So-
when there's no mom or something.
Why? Well, maybe ain't the time, but I wonder why. It would seem like your mom's the one who always tell you the world is scary, and without her, you might be brave.
No, she doesn't. She tells you that it's okay because she's giving you resources. She's giving you food, warmth, protection,
Very good.
taking care of you. But if you never experience that, you're gonna think
There's
that
it's
you
the
don't have it.
nurture. It's your nurturing touch point during your development.
Mhm.
Touch point. What is actually loving you and supporting you, right? I don't know. I suspect that it's harder for fathers to do that for sons than maybe
It is. Their job. So the mother's the inward. We went over it a little bit with Landry. The father is to protect you, show you that you can protect yourself when you go in the outward world, outside.
Correct.
Yeah, and they tell you about boundaries too, because some of us guys that were raised by our mom, we had to learn that the hard way with relationships about boundaries and not putting them. What happens when you don't enforce them or let people know about them?
Yeah,
you get walked over.
Yep.
Basically,
What you allow is what will happen to you. So set the stage immediately. That's my philosophy anyway. And then if someone accepts you, you're good, and you don't have to worry about them getting offended all the time.
Exactly, and this is what it is. Because I love building with Paul and stuff. It's just like, dude, I'm not here to hurt you, bro.
Yeah,
just relax, bro.
No, I mean, he get one sentence. If you criticize him, say, Paul, I don't know about this, suddenly his verbiage goes to y'all. He's attacked
everyone.
All of you guys, it's y'all.
And then there comes the gaslighting.
Help himself. There's no conversation between you and him. It's y'all, and he attaches all their sins to you.
You know, that conversation would have went if you would have came in criticizing him like that NPC.
Yeah,
it would have been
done.
Oh yeah.
The victim role, the victim shit.
Yeah, it'd have been y'all. You're just like the rest of them. You low life, no sub
I would have
having.
had to steamroll him or something because
you would have too, because I've seen your attempt. You would have jumped on. Yeah,
it's a pretty efficient vetting process from him, though, right?
In what way?
On first meeting somebody, Paul immediately either basically gets rid of people who will not be abused, or establishes that there will be no boundaries, right?
That's narcissistic. Literally, in the book of narcissism,
textbook narcissistic abuse. It is effective, but it's just stunted. And the dude is almost my age.
Yeah,
a little younger.
That tells you. He won't like this, but that tells you there's some trauma there. I don't want to guess and all that shit. Maybe I'm goofy. I'm rolling up right now. I'll probably be guessing my ass off in about 10 minutes. But it tells you that if y'all be in the same age, both of y'all, he's pretty smart. But duck water off a duck's back with you, and with him as Mr. Sensitive. Something caused that.
Yeah. Good point. What's up, Brooke? How's it going, bro?
Sort of as a reference point, back to the Enneagram, though, I think that there's a lot of similar types in the panelverse, right? Obviously, somebody that's a nines are passive energies. They internalize and dissociate away from their anger, right? They just sort of blank out on it. Nines are cooperative peacemakers. They're not going to be prevalent on the panelverse. I think that there's a lot of
logical.
I suspect that me and Paul and Joe Cool have the same. I suspect we're all 8 cores.
The anger thing.
The anger thing, yeah. You can see when Joe engages a cop, right?
Yeah,
that shit excites him.
Yeah, that's my biggest shit. Is anger. That's my biggest shit. I try to overcome.
It's the only negative emotion that's also empowering.
Yes, and I use it as a tool when I'm fucking with cops. I do use it as a tool.
Yeah. There's a whole thing. The Bobby Hemmett, the black occultist, his thing about he has a whole lectures about anger, how to use that. It's a good thing. All that shit. Yeah. Shout out to Lady Blue in the building. I didn't.
Hey Blue, I didn't see you either. And Buddha, you in here? Shout out to Buddha. I ain't seen him.
Yeah, shout out to building, bitch. My brother from another.
Oh, and also. The basic. So I pulled up. Go ahead.
No, you finish.
The basic fear of the Type 8, right? I just looked at it, is to be harmed or controlled by others, right?
Yes.
I know that. Like when I mentioned, all 3 of us we've had bad experiences being locked up, and we didn't want to be locked up. I know Paul grew up in an environment with his dad, who is an asshole, right? Anybody who's looked at my birth chart can tell you that I don't get along with I didn't used to. It's better now.
My dad hated me when he'd be smiling in a good mood. When he see my face, his smile would drop. Even as adults, he hated me.
So we all grew up with adversarial father relationships that into government, you know, and then
I was going to guess father. I didn't want to be so bold, but you're probably right.
I got an example of that when Flo. I can tell. This is when I knew he was annoyed. I'm pretty sure he was annoyed with me. When I was on the birthday stream when I was playing that. Stop blaming. He's like, "What the fuck is that?" It was in his ear. And he's like, "Said who? What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "That's my son." And then he's like. And then I'm like, this is my channel or whatever. I said, not like that. I didn't say it like that. But he's like, we get it. It's your channel. Like trying to flex the authority. You're like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, you got defensive, but it wasn't inappropriately defensive, right? Like I did talk shit on a recording of your son accidentally, but you know, I kind of stepped in it. I get that.
But the authority thing, because that's the thing that one of the things for people who didn't have a father like me, some of the things they say is that you that you have a problem with authority as well, like you guys were saying. But another thing that happens too is you take up the wrong authority figures, and I've seen myself do that before. Putting people as mentors, what they probably shouldn't have been.
So wait, who's in authority? I'm sorry, Flo, but you say we take up the wrong authority. I'm too arrogant. Who's an authority figure?
He was talking about
you. Talking about myself.
Yeah. So if I have to shoot from the hip. NPC, and I haven't thought about this, but literally from the hip, I would guess that you're more of a type 1, which is also an anger type, but instead of here, I'll put the link to.
But let me know. Before you do that, let me say what's up to Kevin. Hold that thought, Powder Dusty. Marathon Kevin with a beautiful comment. It says, "Mom equals nurture, father equals nature," and this is we always got to say this word at least once on a panel verse. So,
my nigga.
All right, there we go. So what were you saying, Flo? You got to put it up.
So each of the centers, right? Like the anger center is 8, 9, and 1. Actually, if you want, I'll share screen because there's a visual graph with it. If you're interested,
No, I am. I'm
okay.
very interested in that. Let me take this off quick.
This is Gucci shit. The Enneagram system. Let's see. Got to zoom in way on this motherfucker. All right. So that system, right? 8, 9, and 1 at the top there. That's the gut center that deals with anger. 8s, which I think is a lot of us, embrace anger as well as I'm doing air quotes, the badness that comes with it, right? Anger is a socially negative emotion, but to embrace it is to also embrace making your own rules, antisocial attitudes, all that stuff. Nines, like I mentioned a minute ago, still an anger type. Dissociate from it. Nines are the peacemakers. So these are everything's fine while the house is burning in the meme, right?
Yeah.
Ones lean the other direction from eights when in regards to anger. So while eights embrace the badness of anger and treat it as good, ones treat anger as bad. And so ones are more perfectionists, and their anger is they attempt to repress it, but it actually ends up displaying more because they're less at ease with it.
Hey, here we go, Dusty. Our 8-1 relationship, me and you. If that's the case for me, one was to say, like the whole thing, like I'm like powder. What do I do? And it's chaos. You're like, let it ride, let it go.
Yes,
embrace it. You know, farm the.
I mean, like I get like example after example. Think about the what was it? Wrong speech or wrong
speech. Yeah, you're like, nah, man.
That's a one thing.
Yeah, even though I like it.
That's
like
not an 8 thing. There is no such thing as wrong speech, except for speech that I don't like is the 8 mantra, right? And so if you look at if you move around the system, then 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 is shame. So twos try to lean into shame by appeasing others. They're the helpers, the friendly. They're going to get their validation by being supportive to you, and then you're going to reciprocate it.
That's OTW or something.
Very possibly. That doesn't sound wrong initially.
Wait, say that about that. The last one, the number you said.
So twos, so there's a pattern, right? Twos lean into the social dynamic of their dysfunction, right? They try to appease others. It's a social pleaser position. Also seduction, but basically it's people pleasing. And if you oversimplify 4, leaning away from the shame thing, they're the gothic. I don't want to be like one of you normies, right? They lean away from it. Yeah. And 3s,
be incel.
They try to placate it. Well, the 3s are achiever. So 3s they're not appeasing or disappeasing. They're actually just demonstrating their worth, right? And then it's 5, 6, 7 is fear. So 5 lean. They lean into the fear, right? 5s are studious. They study things. They want to understand everything before they encounter it, right? 6s are neurotic.
That's my ex.
Actually, they have 2 types. I'm trying to make this simple, but 6s have 2 types. There's phobic and counterphobic. And counterphobic are the ones who are scared and they rebel against authority out of anxiety. And they're actually the most aggressive type, but it's not controlled aggression.
10th man.
Yes, very possibly. Although I don't know. But
it's all fear. That's all fear based. That shit. You see, all that aggression is immediate. His anxiety builds. He snap on someone to avoid confrontation.
That's pain. He's carrying around pain. That's not fear. But that's a different thing. But and then the phobic 6s are compliant. I think Sarah's a good example of this. She follows rules. She was married to a cop. She does what she's supposed to, right? And then 7s, they lean away from the fear, and they pretend it's not there. They like to play. 7s play to distract themselves from the things that are scary.
Where do Jack fit in them numbers? I don't know.
I think that Jack is a 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen this type of thing before. It's like a pentagram type of thing.
Yeah.
Machine Lies. What do you think?
Hey, I didn't know you was up yet, man. What's going on?
I would suspect that TML is 5-ish. Very studied.
Right? Yeah.
Because you just said about they want to learn about everything.
Right. Before
they send this comment too by his mentors.
Yeah.
5
study the thing to alleviate the fear of the unknown, right? They learn.
Yes. So.
Yeah, and I would always like that. Like you had this ravenous need to find the knowledge, even like when you're younger, or was that more of a thing as you got older?
I think I've always had it. Right. I think kids are born the way they are to a large extent, even without like parents. Like I think every kid is unique. You know.
But the studious
a lot of 3 energy 3 to him, right? That's the achiever. Especially, I heard mention that both your parents are doctors. So, to an outsider, expertise in the subject will look both 5-ish and 3-ish, right? We won't know what your motivation for the thing is.
Yeah. Wow. This is fascinating, bro.
And if you get deeper down into it, so everyone's got a core type, but everybody has a strongest in each of the centers, right? So my tri type is 8, 3, 6. My weakest one is counterphobic 6. So strongest 8 energy. Next is the 3, the overachiever shame energy, and then the weakest, I guess, neurosis for me is fear. So.
Yeah, like in astrology, people could say people can have not a bad chart, but they say like there's some difficult aspects to your chart. Even with this, I would assume though, like could be some difficult aspects for some people, the combinations that they have.
Look like there are difficult aspects for all. Look like we all got work to do.
Right, everyone has their work to be done. You're right,
it's
Joe.
all neurosis. Literally, the book
circle.
Ronho is called was neurosis of the Enneagram.
Yeah.
Where would a compulsive liar be on there?
My first instinct would be to look at number 2, maybe number 3, but number 2 because it's people pleasing. 6s can be especially counterphobic 6s can be unpredictable because their presentment depends a lot on their mood. How confident are we feeling today? 7s lie to themselves more than they lie to others. 8s
Wait. 7s lie to themselves more than the other. Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah. 9s will be your cooperative liars. 1s also lie to themselves but for different reasons.
Cooperative liar.
I mean, 8s do as well. 8s actually cope with. 8 is a type that copes with fear by literally cauterizing it. We become so out of touch with our own weakness as a survival mechanism that we're not even aware it exists. Like, actually, is what it suggests, which sounds crazy to learn about yourself. Like, here's a thing that is about you, but you don't have any idea, right? It's kind of gaslighty, but
and if you
we
think
have a number
about
100 right here, Kevin, Marathon Kev. What's up, brother?
What's good, Kev?
Oh, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Well, we were just talking about you, Kev.
Brother.
You're at number 1.5. That is the gay gene. That is the guy who likes men. It's weird.
I'm about to say
you
RB,
hold
Kevin.
Nightish's part is
you got it. Holy
he's
shit.
the one at 18 because he's got a 1 for both holes. It's real weird.
Dusty, did you see that the other day? He got violated digitally.
How do you get digitally violated?
An OG, shout out to OG wherever you are.
Oh,
yeah. I'll put this in the back chat, and I'll find Naranjo's translation. It's out there.
Because I didn't hear what you said, but I heard NPC say it was powerful or something. So I hate I missed it.
Yeah, no, but that's what Landry was saying. Joe Cool, you bring up yours would be fascinating because Landry was just going off, and I agree about like what you bring to the panel, your skills, your superpowers, and just how you just.
I'm interested. I was gonna try to play it down, but you say superpowers. I got to.
No, it is. I mean, we think we all have super. Don't get it so big headed. OG.
Very good. Very
OG,
good.
But like,
very good.
We all have. But yours are fucking. They really stand out because you ask these questions that are amazing.
Break it down.
Yeah, he breaks it down too, and he's a bulldog, tenacious. Like you and Cynthia going at it the other day. Shout out to Cynthia. Like, and you're like, hold on, man. What about this? This is actually what Landry said.
Go back.
Yeah.
Go back.
Go back.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, what's this? Much of my tenacity. Yeah, Joe Cool's a legend. Much of my tenacity and toughness comes from my dad. He always told me not to let anybody push you around. It was not okay to cry. Wow. I learned to master my weaker side early on. At the tender age of 8, a huge horse ran away with me. That happened to me. That was fucking scary. I remember when that happened. When an adult caught the horse, I dismounted without a tear. I could tell my father was proud. I don't know if I was crying or not, but that was one of the most scariest things growing up.
I was just rummaging around, and it's just a quote from the Type 8 thing. I don't even know whose quote this was, but I just thought it was
me.
I I remember having this basically this exact conversation with my dad when I was I think I was 5 or so. I got jumped on a playground by 2 older kids, and I lost. And afterwards, my dad basically said, "Don't start a fight or don't fight anybody unless you have to. But if you have to, don't stop hitting them until they stop moving." And that was the problem, right? So
you see, that's my friend, and we talk a lot. Did you see us say very good? You see, that's
very good.
That's Joe.
That's Joe Coolism.
There's a lot of police out here tonight. Bro.
We say that. Yeah. Oh, see, some part of Joe's Enneagram could tell us why he's so passionate about keeping the police in check.
Here's the fun part too. You can rank people's psychological health levels. What type 8s are like at their best versus their worst. From Joe. At their worst, they may brutally destroy everything that has not conformed to their will, rather than surrender to anyone. Vengeful, barbaric, murderous, sociopathic tendencies generally correspond to the antisocial personality disorder.
I will cut off my own face. Even I will hurt me to hurt you.
Tom's not one.
Shit.
Yeah, no,
Tom's I know. But it kind of, and I swear on this paddle verse,
right?
I will have his kneecaps.
If you get to like 5 is right in the middle. 5s begin to dominate their environment, including others. Want to feel that others are behind them, supporting their efforts. Swaggering, boastful, forceful, and expansive. The boss whose word is law. Proud, egocentric. Want to impose their will and vision on everything. Seeing others as equals or treating them with respect.
Damn, is that a Paul? Another Paul? I don't know if we gave him a number yet, but that's him, and then no one's his equal for sure.
Remember, this is nobody really does good. At their very best, 8s become self-restrained and magnanimous, merciful and forbearing, mastering self through their self-surrender to a higher authority, courageous, willing to put self in serious jeopardy to achieve their vision and have lasting influence, may achieve true heroism and historical greatness.
Joe Cool on the block.
I swear, man, my favorite things. I think my theme song I play when I'm out there is "I Think I'm Ready to Change the Whole World." That's the song I play when I hit the
Who sings
streets.
that song?
Fuck, hold on, I'll look it up on my phone. What's up?
That type A shit right there. That reminds me of a book I read, bro. It's called The Way of the Superior Man, and that's basically the whole little summary of it.
Interesting.
In a nutshell. Yeah, that's a great book though, by David Dida. The Way
I've heard of
the
it.
Superior Man. Y'all should check it
That
out.
makes me think, Flo. Is there one who's inherently healthier?
I'll put it in my Discord, Kev. Thanks.
One of those numbers who's inherently healthier, or one who's inherently unhealthier? Is that a thing?
Of the types?
Yeah, of those numbers, of the types. Yeah.
No, all the types are fucked up.
What am I looking for? The name of that video.
But within your type, obviously, there's a huge range, and
Odie phenomenon.
These are not fixed, though. Is my point. I think that's important because this the fluidity of these health levels flies in the face of modern psychology, which will say you are a sociopath. Full stop. There's nothing fluid about that. And I think
that's not logical, right?
Right. This is a lot more reflective of reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if these were all 9 parts of the same person, because it's developed by Gurdjieff, who was a student of Blavatsky. And so basically these are like chakras or similar to that.
Yeah.
I would
the superior, the type 1, the development, the number 1. I instantly thought of Gurdjieff. What he seems like a man that's beyond the mechanisms.
Yeah, his idea of spiritual machines.
Right. Fascinating.
Enneagrams 1s and 8s bring a common concern with fighting for truth and justice in the world. They both often feel, although in different ways and for different reasons, that it is up to them to stand against whatever they perceive as injustice or falseness. Both can see themselves as gallant crusaders protecting the weak, righting wrongs, and making the world a better place. In a relationship, these two types are both action-oriented, and if their attention and energy is turned towards social causes in particular, they can have a big effect on their family and their community.
Ending wars.
That's what they're telling me. It's scary. And they won.
Perhaps even their country or the whole world. Both bring a certain nobility of vision and a focused purpose, practicality, and perseverance in supporting whatever they believe is right. Both are willing to sacrifice a great deal to do what they believe needs to be done. For both, fairness is centrally important. Ones bring a sense of absolute or ideal truth and justice, whereas eights bring a more practical and immediate approach to these concepts.
Me and Jack, yo.
Yeah.
You know, I will break my neck. I don't give a fuck.
So
go ahead.
So wait, so you guys, so the eights are the ones that you said they do a practical thing. What do the ones do? How they express it?
More idealistic.
That sounds like me because like I literally don't want to go protest and shit like that. I've done that, but I do have that same type of result I want in terms of I don't want the people to be trampled on. I
think you're missing it. That's the first part. You are that eights and ones are, but I assume that you would come up with a reasonable plan towards achieving your goals as opposed to an idealistic plan towards achieving your goals.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Eights,
ideas waste sometimes. Yeah.
Both types impose their own vision of what's right and wrong in the world. Just ones in their own mind have an external standard, right? It's whatever. There's a religious standard, the legal standard, whatever the external standard is of right and wrong. It's not I'm right. Eights are more like I'm right, prove me wrong.
Yeah. And arrogant, I think, because
the combination can be very powerful. They accomplish things with a clear-cut sense of purpose and personal mission. Both are decisive and direct, although eights bring a passion and gusto that counterbalances the one's self-restraint and propriety. Ones can find eights exciting, physical, and earthy, all the things that they restrain in themselves. Thus, they can be a strong attraction from both sides. However, eights recognize that ones are as strong-willed and determined as they are. They cannot easily sway or bowl over ones. Thus, eights thus admire their conviction and are attracted to the challenge of getting closer to ones. In many ways, the two types are opposite. The pirate and the school teacher, although both could learn a great deal from the other.
That's me and Flo.
If they're willing to listen to someone
that's funny.
Values react.
The pirate is a school teacher.
Yeah, literally calls you niggas out.
Oh yeah, you're actually a school teacher.
The grifter.
Yeah,
and the
literally.
school
You're actually a pirate.
Yeah. Yo ho.
Get that. He wants that booty.
You gotta be the pirate
wants the
clip
booty.
out, bro. You gotta find some pirate.
Like that, Kev.
Worth me fucking gold.
You want to hear the downside?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
With breaks, ones and eights, what breaks ones and eights up is often the very thing that attracted them in the first place. How different they are from each other, like fire and ice. This is a relatively rare romantic pairing. It is easier for them to be friends or colleagues than to live intimately together. Both want to be in charge. Both want to accomplish something significant, but they tend to disagree about the means to take. Ones tend to be self-controlled and restrained in their self-expression and methods of doing things. They will deny themselves the pleasure of acting on their real desires and impulses if they are convinced that something they want is not right according to their moral convictions.
Right.
While they may admire the brashness and roguishness of eights and their apparent ease in going after what they want, ones ultimately begin to draw a line if they see eights going too far in the pursuit of their self.
Damn. Because Flo has taught me, aka how to griff. I even said that the other day. He calls it griff, and he's doing a bit by saying that. But I sing it like providing for my family, and I'm doing very well.
Well, he's Flo's aware. He's aware. What he's doing is taking the N word and making the heads type shit. You niggas talking that grip shit. I'll be the king of the grip. He's a troll. He's doing what he would naturally do.
Ones can regard eights as selfish, insensitive, aggressive, and morally corrupt. They may admire the outlaw's bravado, but abhor where it leads them and how much chaos and destruction it creates in its wake.
This is so funny.
One can begin to see eights as crude, untrustworthy, and violent. On the other hand, eights see ones as hypocrites who preach one thing publicly while doing the opposite privately.
This is too exact.
They see ones as rigid, self-righteous, nitpicking, and utterly unrealistic about the way the world works. Eights often want to do more outrageous things just to provoke the morally judgmental one into apoplexy. Both respond with anger before they will acknowledge hurt or fear.
You need
They
to
can-
stop. This is too.
Yeah.
on
That's
the
scary.
I'm
I'm
almost
scared
done. I'm
over
almost
here.
done. They can both get into rigid positions and feel that they cannot back down. Violent arguments can often ensue as the relationship flies apart in personal attacks. This is one relationship that is much more difficult to fix once a certain threshold of abuse has been crossed.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Mm.
I had that feeling too. That this is why, like, because I don't know how I feel if Flo wasn't like in my life type of shit.
yeah,
So you know,
That's like it's like opposites attract.
yeah.
But opposites is oil and water, bro. So eventually that shit, you know what I mean, it's finna separate.
It does. You're right, Kev.
Yeah.
Interesting type 8.
Good thing I'm smoking weed.
Find
Kev
that
gonna
addiction. What is it? Ignore
deep.
physical needs.
Addiction.
Fucking with
They
more.
ignore physical needs and problems. They avoid medical visits and checkups, indulging in rich foods, alcohol, tobacco, while pushing self too hard leads to high stress, strokes, and heart conditions. Control issues are central, although alcoholism and narcotic addictions are possible.
Facts. I'm about to throw astrology
Damn, I
not in the
can't even
garbage,
deal
put it
with
on the
this
shelf
bitch.
for a minute.
Deal with this
So
bitch.
if
Somebody got some
you
crack.
figure out your type or your Enneagram type, and you overlay it, and this is what actually gave me some pause about astrology. My Enneagram type, the Challenger, and my Socionics type, SLE, and if you read those side by side, which are self-reported, and then you lay it by my Vedic astrology chart, these three characters look a lot alike.
Wow, corresponds, as they would say.
Yeah. And astrology, of course, is not self-reported. So
Let me ask you a question about this, Flo. You know, because I'm on the edge with the astrology shit to a certain extent, but this is kind of it's similar. There's a similar dynamic here, but this is more about your personality type versus the month you were born, or like.
Well, this is the Enneagram that we've been going over. It's called the Enneagram, and it's a system that's based out of the concept is that when we're like 2 to 5, right, when we're little kids, we're in hypnotic states, and this is science, right? We're in hypnotic states, and we don't filter information critically. We just absorb it to get to know the environment we're in.
Yeah, sponge state for sure.
Right, and so we all sponge in different dangers or issues in the world, and those overemphasized neuroses from our childhood form a big component of our personality throughout life. Basically, our scars define us to a large way. So this is how you're fucked up, and how it manifests.
Well, shit. Let me ask you, what does neuroses mean?
Like an illness or a. It's like an illness.
Like the anxiety, the motherfuckers who you
Like
see
neurosis
that
of the
exhibit
liver or some
anxiety.
shit like that.
No, stop it. He's trolling.
I'm actually not trolling. I
No,
need
it's
vocabulary. I'm finna ask.
No, thank you for that.
Kevin's good for that. He asked the question to who wants
Okay, I
clarification.
appreciate it, Dan. Yeah, Flo.
Yeah.
Neurosis, as opposed to, I think I forgot what word he's thinking of. Necrotic, I think, is what he's thinking of.
Same root word.
Yeah, the tissue is destroying of the tissue. That's necrotic. Neurosis is like it's so hard to explain, but I know it manifests in anxiety. When you see some chick who's bipolar and anxiety all over the fucking, I'll be like, that bitch neurotic. That's neurosis.
Neurosis is a term mainly used today. Blah blah blah. It describes mental disorders that caused by past anxiety, often.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but as it's used in Enneagram, it's just a general illness, right?
It's a decay. It's a decay of something.
Yeah. It's interesting because when you say neurosis, the prefix is like I think of neurons and nervous system. And like according to people like certain psychologists like Timothy Leary and stuff, he believes that we're just kind of like walking nervous systems with meat bags on top of it. And you know someone that's been fried, like for whatever reason they fried their nervous system, they're very neurotic and anxious a lot of times.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Or a friend of mine.
Or scaredy cats, like where you can be the biggest guy, but you can be in your room and down the hall and someone just sneaks up behind you. You're like, you know, because that's, to me, that's a symptom of your nervous system being kind of a
that's
or whatever.
Crazy.
The big coward, like the big really scared motherfuckers are kind of like how some people like it doesn't matter how old your dad gets. Some people will never not be scared of their dad, right? There's just
right. Yeah.
And I guess eights would challenge their dads early because I was early too.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. That's actually part of the little theory of development is that eights grew up young, and had to adult.
How do you determine like what number you are though, bro?
Yeah, how do we get it? How do we do this? That's what I was going to ask. Good question, Kev.
All right,
so fucking NPC, you should know this is the same criteria you have for what you do. You should fucking be. This should be like.
I know. I'm adding it to my integrated studies.
I'm not chastised. I only mean to chastise.
He's being my tough football coach. I love it though, but I hate it. No, thank you, Joe.
So backstage, I put the link to the type 1 and type A. That's a decent just a starting point, right, to understand the system. I'm looking up Naranjo's Enneagram translation because it was written in Spanish, and that's really like there's a lot of bullshit Enneagram out there. It took me actually a few years to give it any validity because this is something that like churches got a hold of, and they started morphing it, right, and so like one of the components
water it down, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, like one of the components is your instinctual variance. I haven't even got to, and there's 3 of them, right? Social, self-preserving, and sexual. Okay. And so they changed sexual to where it doesn't really mean sex. Right?
Hey, church
boy. It means like one-on-one connection. No,
come on.
Yeah. By the way, it comes from the church. It comes from Evagrius Ponticus, who is a student of Origen, and he came up with like 8 vices and 8 virtues that oppose them. And then there's a 9th, like king of all the virtues, and like love of self is the king of all the vices, and love of God is the king of all the virtues, or something like that.
Yeah, that's why the 9 on that chart was like at the center point. You notice?
Yeah. So it was definitely stolen from, I think,
religious something. I think.
Yeah, 7 deadly sins, and they're it's basically a different version of that.
Sort of esoteric.
I can't stand you cats, man. Some shit I want to be comfortable in my beliefs and shit. I don't want to have to make these leaps, but you making good arguments.
Yeah, it says here that the 8 or 9 are. It says gluttony versus abstinence, fornication versus chastity, avarice versus freedom from possessions, sadness versus joy, anger versus patience.
Okay. So it's all like common denominator is duality.
Acedia. Yeah, it says acedia versus perseverance. I don't know what acedia is. Vainglory versus freedom.
Acedia
from vainglory. And jealousy.
Hold on, I think Flo got it.
Flo got it.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You said it's type 9.
Acedia, it would be the type 9 vice. It's basic. It's sort of a type of sloth, but it's more like existential resignation. Like you checked out from
what does that mean?
Yeah, so they're closely like.
It's like you know too much. You're like
7 deadly sins. There.
Let it ride.
Yeah, it's
that wasn't bad. NPC. That was a good breakdown.
Yeah. That's like existential. That's the shit on the outside, right?
Yeah, it looks like
that's the external.
That's not a bad.
Like the chief of the vices is pride.
Pride.
The chief of the vices is pride.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be so.
That's logical, right?
7 deadly sins or Enneagram.
And the 7 deadly sins, but the Enneagram is basically just taking them and putting them into one system. Right? So.
Yeah, I don't remember the history of the Enneagram that well. I do remember that. I know that there's not really much. It doesn't go. The history of it is vague. Just sort of all of a sudden, at some point, if I recall correctly, a Jesuit priest, I don't know, 150 years ago, popped out of the woodwork and was teaching it somewhere in like one of the little, I don't know, Jesuit enclaves somewhere.
Oh. Yeah, this is a student of Origen from Origen is like from the 2nd century. So he studied under a guy who basically taught Plotinus, right? So this whole thing about the anatomy of the soul and elevating up the the hierarchy of being and all this stuff, up the levels. So yeah, it's all there.
We got a question from Wheels. He said, a question for the title panel: which one of the 7 freaky sins best describes you and why? Damn. Wow, that's a good question. First of all, what are they?
I can only think of 3 or 4 off top. Yeah, so maybe we should have left them. And that might not help me. I'm really fucked up now. Gluttony, pride, because I'm gonna forget them as soon as I say them. Pride, lust, By now, you cats should be kicking it.
Freaky scene.
Sloth.
I'm about to put it up.
Sloth. Okay.
Go. See what you need. Go.
I would.
Keep naming
if
OG.
I'd be getting them if I wasn't blowed. And yeah, I'm not. Think of the movie
Which
7.
Which one? If I was to say which one of the 7 freaky sins I would be best at, yeah, that's what it says. 7 freaky
Yeah, it does say
sins.
that.
It would be sloth because I like to take it nice and slow, baby.
So if I'm answering according to Enneagram, the type 8 vice is lust. It's not necessarily sexual lust.
Yeah.
Although it can include that for sure, but it's excess of all excess is more, louder, harder, faster, more.
Yeah. That addict mentality.
Yeah. It's actually an offset for internal deadness.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's like sounds rotting.
Feel something.
Yeah.
Here we go. A little bit back, a little bit.
That is weird.
Okay, so we got lust.
What we got?
Sexual, unrestrained sexual craving, gluttony to overindulge, especially by eating, pride, inflated sense of one's accomplishment, sloth, like David was saying, laziness, lack of effort, wrath, uncontrolled feelings of hatred and anger, greed, the excessive desire for material things, envy, jealousy towards another's happiness.
Sloth is the one I'd be guilty of. I
You
jag
think
off
sloth?
too much time. Yeah.
Yeah. Laziness, lack of effort. Well, okay, the opposite of that would be, Joe, be diligent, have a schedule, don't let your life revolve around resting.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Not
so it's
bad.
mostly just jagging off doing shit like
Discipline.
this when I'm supposed to be working.
You said jacking off?
Well, that too,
Discipline.
but jagging
That
off
too,
doing
he
shit, doing shit like this when I'm supposed to be working, and I
Right.
know it. Like
He's
I'll be
using that
like,
as a
I'm gonna
metaphor,
take a
Kev.
break from editing. It'll be 8 hours later before I get back, yo.
Damn, just wore the skin off that thing, huh?
like Lush from No Jumper.
God
and
bless
shit.
you.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, so
What about
that's
you,
okay.
cats? What about you, cats?
What about you, Kev? Okay,
what-
since Kev, you
Yeah,
what
which
do you-
one
what
do
you got, Kev,
think
for
you
us?
Thinking over
most
this, just
closely
my
relate?
immediate thoughts.
Yeah,
Immediate
My
thought,
immediate
yeah.
thoughts,
Of
you
you,
could just-
of you. Now these are which one
Yeah,
you think
100%.
of you?
You could take envy off of that.
Right
I've
on. I
never
was
been-
thinking the
I've
same
never
way.
been the envious type, but the rest of them.
You say damn all
He
of
said
them?
all of
Oh
them.
God in heaven! I'm not even
Damn.
capping, bro. I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, for sure. I'm guilty of all that shit, all of it. It's besides envy. I never been like the
Lust,
jealous type, or
gluttony.
like somebody
Yeah,
that looked
yeah.
at somebody else like I want what you have.
Yeah,
type shit,
you even
know?
I don't even know the word I'm looking for. You don't like it because it shows in the way you're talking. Like now, I wouldn't even do that shit. You don't even like the nigga who do it. It's all that's coming out.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah. Well, right
Envy
now,
is crazy. But
what do you,
everything
okay,
else
no
for sure
envy, but like
guilty.
right now, now you don't have to necessarily, because that's kind of putting people on the spot. But hey, fuck it, Joe Cool did it.
Mhm.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
So Kevin, you said all 6 of them.
Yeah,
At the
to
moment,
be honest though, yeah, for sure. No, 7. You know. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, it is.
you said no
6.
envy.
It is
No.
6.
We're not gonna let
Yeah.
you.
You
off.
said
Fuck
no
that.
envy.
No.
You want to choose one right now. In the
Yeah,
present
which one
moment.
do you most
it's mandatory?
associate yourself with? Yeah, I mean, be courageous. Shit.
I would say pride. Probably
My
pride.
man, I love it.
Probably pride. bro.
That corresponds with the Leo month and the Leo.
Mhm.
Yeah. Inflated sense of one's accomplishments. So it says to resolve that, be humble. You need God and others, pray and serve. Yeah, and Kevin does that when he comes around. That's why I love when he graces us with his presence and shit. Because
He always
he's very
does.
humble, but he's done a lot.
He does. He does. He's willing to let every motherfucker get their shit out and take the front. You know what I'm saying? And that's humility in itself. He ain't
And
fighting
I think
us.
he's able to do that because he's accomplished a lot in his life and still will
And the
accomplish more.
opposite of envy. The opposite of envy. He's usually
Oh, yes.
excited for the next man when they're getting it.
Right.
Big, you know?
Right.
Yeah, Kevin's definitely not that unless he's like a good
Clear,
actor or
I
whatever.
think.
But,
Yeah, unless he's a really good actor.
yeah. Because he says envy is jealousy towards another's happiness. Definitely Kevin brings happiness. Be thankful. Thank God every day for what you have and don't have. Okay.
He seems like the type. I don't even know if he
yeah.
religious, but he seems like the type.
He's spiritual,
Appreciate
definitely.
that.
Yeah. Who's next?
Praise God, man.
Praise God. Machine Lies. Would you like to partake?
Yeah, be brave, baby.
Uh,
I'm not expecting much now. Come on, Phil.
I think maybe I would go with maybe Wrath or.
I've definitely seen you blow up on folks,
Me
and most
too.
of the time
That
it's
was
warranted,
dope.
probably.
And that's
Yeah.
what's beautiful in that is
Yeah.
that he's aware when
He's
he's
right.
battling that shit. That's
Well,
dope. I
what's
see all
interesting
that
to me
shit.
is that an NPC recognized the tendency and then acknowledged it was appropriate. Very one-ish of you. Very perfectionist.
What do I say? That's fucked up,
No,
man.
I mean, because I
Yeah.
wouldn't have thought to give it approval. I would have just assumed it's just a thing, right? And I wouldn't think that it needs the validation of this is the right thing in the context.
It's probably because I want to hold Machine Lies like a baby and take care of him. Not that he needs to. Yeah.
But he likes it.
But he likes it.
He likes it. We'll go ahead, Machine. So still wrathful, huh?
Yeah, that was a great answer. But
Yeah.
I think Flo may be the only one left. Him and David.
Wait, it says first of all, wrath, uncontrolled feelings of hatred or anger. Now, the medicine for it is be patient, moderate your emotions, like take deep breaths before reaction. Yeah.
Like I have like a sublimated sort of rage, and if I get mad, I really start thinking hard, right? And it's better to just let it go a lot of times.
All the time, damn near all the time. Damn near 50 said if you ain't ready to kill a motherfucker over something, let it go. I don't give a fuck what it is.
He's
let
right.
it go.
Yeah, but I have almost zero lust, gluttony, pride, sloth.
Right.
Like I have none of those. I have like 0% of any of those.
Hey,
so
that's all me right there.
That's dope.
What's up, Bex? Good to have you again, Bex. Appreciate you. Don't forget that. So Machine Lies. Yeah, he doesn't have the gluttony, he doesn't have the pride, he doesn't have the lust. Kevin doesn't have the envy for sure. So let's who's next on the list? David Wayne. Oh, he did it. He already said
sloth.
He did sloth. That's right. And
No.
Did we go over it?
No. Well, he said it in a joke, so I need you to be serious. You was like, because I take it slow, baby.
I can tell you 100%. In all seriousness, sloth would be my problem.
Yeah.
Okay, right, man. And you sound sincere right now.
That's 100%. I don't have none of the lust, none of that. All that's out the door. Envy.
Wow.
I'm usually happy for the next guy.
Yeah.
I might soul up. Hey, for real though, I might soul up in my room by myself sometime, clenching my teddy bear. Like, why can't I be rich and famous, but not at the next guy at myself? You know what
at
I'm
his
saying?
expense. I do understand. Yeah.
But technically I can't be rich and famous because of sloth.
Check that out. That's dope. And careful with those. Both have utility, right? With fame, you can sway a motherfucker, but fame is worse than heroin. Rich, we know the trappings that come with that. So careful of the reasons of which you wishing for these.
I see you in the back.
What do you mean when you say by that?
I'm just going to go through this thing real quick.
Say that
in the back.
Joe.
What you got to say it again? Because I don't know what I said. Because say it again. I mean, what did I say?
Fame is like a drug. Yeah, rich and famous.
Yes. The which one was I talking about, kid? Which ones you want to know about? The first one is the
word utility. What you meant by?
I don't know. I don't even remember using the word. I'm just talking. I can't remember shit because I'm smoking.
All right, never mind then.
but the whole thing about like David is like he may be slothful like on his time off, but I'm sure he works hard. I remember he's talking about when he works hard, he's working in his jobs. He even brings the stereo out for people so they can listen to us, which is kind of cool. Do our shows and stuff. So I bet you when he works hard, when he rests hard.
Just hit deja vu right now. Just had a
you remember that?
Deja vu.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Bless his brother.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, that
Bless
is
his
good
brother.
for sure.
Yeah, it's a Matrix, yo. That's what that's reminding you of.
It's
The
a
Matrix.
simulation.
It does.
Oh God, it is.
Yeah, just
Welcome.
understand
Be
that
holy.
justice real. You just
Caught up in the
fool.
loop. You know?
Yeah.
Just caught back
Yeah.
up with the loop.
Yeah.
Now my
I'll
mom
bring
used
you
to
up
say
back
shit.
there. Thanks for being
Oh.
patient back there. I'll bring you up in 1 second. I got to hear for Dusty though. Dusty.
Let's go.
Which sin do I align with most?
Closely, yeah.
Yeah, right
It's
now.
definitely Greek. Can we guess? Can we guess for Dusty? Can we guess before you
Absolutely.
answer?
I'm not interested in guessing, but
I'm
I'm
thinking
interested.
greed.
Oh, shut up. I was-
He said I'm thinking greed.
Greed is just a metric for pride.
Oh shit! I'm glad somebody picked that one finally. Well, did you? Oh, you're not picking. You just.
I don't.
Are you
I
picking
think
them?
so. It's easier to work backwards. I honestly, and I'm trying not to be like I like their first album better, right? But I like the Enneagram definition of love.
Creed, not Creed.
Oh, Lord.
More intense by Creed.
The definition of what?
Did you say by
What's the word?
Creed?
First album better.
That's what I
too.
thought. Like Eric
Right.
Clapton and them.
Oh, Creed.
Oh, Cream.
that's Cream.
I like
That's Cream.
Can
Jesus
you
Christ.
On my knees, Layla.
Yeah, I think that probably if they expanded the lust definition to be more all encompassing, like
Yeah.
Enneagram,
Mhm.
I would say that one.
Yeah, because it
but
sounds like pretty crazy if you just leave it like that. Huh?
it's too specific.
And the
Right,
unexpanded version too. I want the
The
unexpanded
dudes flow
version
state.
too. If you don't allow for that, because you're not the type of cat who would accept that either. The
I mean,
unexpanded version,
let me-
as base as they are.
Let me read you what Naranjo says about lust and Enneagram, right? Just as a let's see.
I gotta bring her up. What's up, Melody? I'll ask you this question in a second.
Hey,
Be patient, real quick, please. Good to have you.
Damn, it feels like it's been a while hearing your voice. Have you been gone or what?
The
One
indolent
second,
aspect
Joe. One
of
second,
lust
Joe. 1 second.
I'm
may be
sorry,
understood
My bad.
not only as a feeling of not alive enough except through overstimulation, but also in a combatant avoidance of inwardness. We may say that the greed for ever more aliveness, characteristic of the lusty personality, through excessive in all manners of stimulation, activity, anxiety, spices, high speed, the pleasure of loud music, and so on, is but an attempt to compensate for a hidden lack of aliveness.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
That's
So which was that?
What I heard,
Pride?
That's
One
lust.
second, Joe.
Lust.
I just
Okay.
want to ask a quick question. I heard something about inwardness. Like what the fuck that mean?
What?
Kidding, y'all. Just kidding, y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead,
get-
Dusty. My bad.
My nigga.
I meant to say the R word. You get some R wordness for those extra.
Okay, no problem. No
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Which one was you?
That's
you,
lust,
was,
Joe.
that
Was
was
that what you said? Yeah, lust. Thank you. All right.
All encompassing definition,
Yeah.
not just
I got it.
sexual.
Yeah.
it's more.
Yeah, but
I heard that one.
I'm more satiated after hearing that reading there.
So you say
know?
that's the one flow for you? If that was in the definition, the most probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now
I'm
music.
gonna for that one backstage, and type 7. I'm having to find these Naranjo translations one by one.
What kind of?
So Claudio Naranjo, I mentioned him earlier, the author who does really good on this shit.
Yeah.
Didn't I put it backstage? Oh yeah.
I didn't see it yet. Did you?
Scroll up. Naranjo level 8, Naranjo level 7.
Oh, that's that one. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
we
I'm
got you.
looking
We
for
got
all
it.
of them so that you can just read them and dive.
That's a good start right there for me. As long as I got his name. You know. So
But I'm
lust.
working on digging up the other ones. But so, anyways, the short answer is, I think if we just look at this, what's on screen here, probably pride is sort of the root of the others. But
Right.
if you're willing to expand the definition of lust, I think that
No, I'm glad that NPC nailed you down on it. Pride. There was a
Pride,
different
okay.
answer. I had assumed that they'd be the same.
Inflated sense of one's accomplishment, and the remedy is be humble. You need God and others, pray and serve. Oh, you serving here by blessing us here, man. Didn't
I
have to
try
come
to
over.
stay humble, but
Pride sounds like a danger of your number 8 thinking. Pride sounds like an inherent danger.
it is.
All right, just to throw a little glaze on the shit, bro. I don't feel like you prideful at all. Because anytime I ever seen you in the wrong, bro, you willing to bow it down. Like, hey, I fucked up.
That nigga think he would crush
Yeah.
anybody in a room, mentally, verbally, one-on-one. Don't let him fool
No.
you.
My thing is, Kevin, I see what you're saying, but I think this is what I think. I think he is prideful, but he does tremendous work to work on that shit in a sense. And I'm not trying to say that as a diss.
No.
You know what I mean? Because I actually never seen him really that prideful. So that means that. But I think it's there though, probably, right?
I try to use my own pride against itself.
Yeah.
And the only way I can be the fucking best is to not be wrong about shit, and that means when I am wrong,
squash.
Acknowledge I'm wrong.
Which makes
and look for it.
your pride a utility.
This is why you are the Pope. The
I'm just a frat boy douchebag.
with a purple earring. No, Melanie, good to have you.
You're next. Hey,
we'll throw you in the fire.
Oh, Sister Mel, what's up here?
Mel?
What's up, Mel? How's it been?
It's been. So I know that like if you ask various people, you'll get different answers based on how people perceive me online. It'll either be pride, wrath, or greed. But if I'm telling you a little bit of tea on myself, my real struggle
that's what we want.
Sloth. My real struggle is sloth. Like
sloth. Okay.
I cannot stick to a schedule, and let me tell you, if I ever do figure out how to stick to a schedule, you motherfuckers will absolutely regret it because I love you, and you never include me in your clubs, and I just because there's no such thing as a healthy limit. Okay, there's no such thing as a healthy limit, and I deserve it all.
Hey, welcome to Lust.
I told you before, Melody, you're always welcome here. You're part of the club. Yeah,
you're part of the Sloth
good
Club
old people
now.
network. I'll say
he's definitely part of the Sloth Club. At least
no, but that's funny. He says that. That's funny. She says that because David Wayne's a Cancer, Joe Cool's a Cancer, and they already said sloth. They mentioned that, and then now Mel is saying that.
But
when I think of Cancer, I think of like being cozy and comfortable.
I'm not slothful.
This is the first time that I actually heard you jump up on panel and be vulnerable, Mel. You know?
I know.
This is all I have.
I would actually love to hear more from you, Mel, but we have a super chat. We have a super chat that we have to address. I'm sorry, Mel. Hold on 1 second.
Hold on, Mel. Hold on, Mel.
Yeah, we have a super chat that we have to address.
Fucking dickhead. But thank you for the donation. Can we drop Mel? Yeah, go ahead, Mel, before you go.
I didn't feel especially vulnerable there because I intentionally tried to cover with my little skit there all 7 bases, and nobody noticed that, and that really.
It went right.
I feel like my creative genius isn't recognized enough yet.
So pride is your problem.
Yeah, pride's your problem, right?
I can do all 7 all day if I wanted to.
Believe it.
You got this.
If somebody's issue is pride, wrath is a good motivator to get out of it.
I may have to drop due to circumstances out of my control, but it's nothing against you guys.
Control better. Plot twist, she's back. Thanks to the power of Dusty and Marathon Kev.
Oh, look at that.
Wait,
dude, that's love, Mel.
Kev's
You realize that?
Dropped me. Kev's the one who dropped me. He's reviving me.
No, Powder Dusty.
I'm confused.
I got a revival too, bro.
Multiple levels. I can't even say anything anymore.
No. You owe an apology.
Straight love. Oh my god.
You owe an apology. You were just saying you weren't accepted. Everybody is showing you all the love you did.
Holy crap!
Mel's $5 in the good.
You got $5 in the good, Mel.
That's what's up.
Okay, we can do it.
Now, someone wants to do 10, she'll be dropped down for 10 minutes.
Let Mel get some words in. She might be popped in the
I'm
next
sorry.
5
Go ahead,
minutes.
Mel. Go ahead, Mel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Mel.
no, I thought Dusty was backing that up for 10, and so I'm still down for 5.
No, you're good. No, it's 5.
Yeah, you're good. Don't do that.
You got 5. You have a shield for $5 for 5 minutes.
As soon as I see you on a panel, man, you know I'm chipping you.
That shit was funny.
I did not come up to do this, but let's just say I might be sucked in by some 5D chess or something because I was not expecting this. Flow State, I'm a little bit pissed.
Yeah, it's okay. I know you're being a cunt. That's fine.
Okay, so you're doing that.
No, it's not 5D chess. Here's what it literally is.
Reading too much.
I literally just read the health levels of my type, and the highest health level says it's magnanimous, merciful, forbearing. And so I decided that I needed to shoot for that ideal. And so I did. So I don't, I know that you're mad. I know you got a beef. I really don't care. Whatever. Okay. Take it for what it is and don't overread into it.
That's no, I wanted to make sure you were aware of that. Before
unless there's something, unless I'm not aware of it, I think I'm aware of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're doing some lawsuit thing. I don't give a fuck. It's crazy.
I'm suing Destiny actually with Grace Source. I'm doing an account. I'm doing a
That's wild. She's taking that too far already, and she's pro se. Like she's whatever. She's stupid.
She just wasted $300 or something, whatever it was. Let's see this. The Melanie, you said slothness. Okay, so the remedy for that sloth is lazy work
schedule,
lazy lack of effort. Remedy: be diligent, have a schedule. You mentioned that. Don't let your life revolve around resting. Huh.
Yeah, don't ever. You don't want to see me on a schedule, okay? Like
you take over.
You're all lucky. You're all lucky that I just can't stick to a schedule. I actually would stream regularly if I could stick to a schedule. I don't.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I have to if I'm going to stream.
Don't do it. Please don't have a schedule because I'm already making gains. I don't want you to push me down. So please stay the way you are.
Well, at some point you're going to have to push me down to make more gains, but that's fine. We'll get there. Right?
Okay.
We'll
crabs
get there
in the bucket.
Pause.
Getting crabs in the bucket, like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I love that song too. Crab Bucket by Chaos. Such a good song.
By Chaos. Yeah.
The amount of hug box that's happening now is
I know.
Overwhelming.
Ask a question. Why the fuck are we grateful that you not on a goddamn schedule, Melanie? What the
I
fuck
didn't realize
you?
anybody else was hearing
I
that.
think she's saying she'd stream
So
about
you know
us.
how like there's most people who are ADHD really just need to like exercise their attention skills and they don't need to be medicated. I'm one of those people that no matter how much I exercise those skills, I still kind of need to be medicated.
Cope.
To a schedule.
I think that's cap. I think that's
copium.
Cap. You need something in your life called discipline. You know, you can overcome all that bullshit, bro. I got the diagnosis for ADHD.
Markella.
Hold on, let me finish.
No, I got
5 more seconds.
Hold on, you don't have to correct him. You don't have to.
No, this is logistic. This is about my link.
Oh my god,
this is about my channel.
You know I fuck with you.
There's no longer the
like, let me finish what the fuck I'm saying.
Maybe there's another.
I got the ADHD diagnosis as well, bro. All I'm saying though is that discipline can overcome that though. You know, just maintain
so
your
we need
discipline
on panels when
don't make any excuses like I'm feeling this person.
I know, Mel. We would have got there. We would have fixed the link, whatever you needed. But let him finish, though. Please.
I know a lot about discipline. Actually, I learned a lot about it. I've read every book that there is.
You didn't show any just now.
Well, it's not about exactly.
Arguably, logistics should take priority, and priorities are part of.
That's that arrogance problem you need to work on.
Are having priorities not part of discipline, Joe?
That's that arrogance.
You can practice. You can practice some discipline everywhere right now.
Your shit is not more important than his.
Priorities are not part of discipline.
Well, no, I think logistics are important for everybody who's a streamer.
That's fine, but that's not discipline. And what you're displaying is not discipline, no matter how you say it.
I'm displaying priorities, and
I appreciate that.
Yes, yours, your priorities above others. It's rude.
There's more of us.
Arrogance. Again, if this was your logistics, I would prioritize your logistics.
If you care about your logistics,
it won't.
Then you won't try to argue over 8 other motherfuckers on panel because you know we're just going to slow shit down.
I think you're confusing discipline with compliance.
No.
The point is,
I don't think you believe nothing coming out of your mouth. You totally understand what we're saying. That's why you're saying shit that's nothing to do with what we're saying.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Everything's with theories. Let's talk about some real practical stuff. Like we literally would have fixed the link. I think that's what it was. You gotta let the man Kevin finish what he was saying.
Nobody's clicking that motherfucker, anyways.
Was that Dusty?
True. No, he's got a good point.
Okay.
Nobody's clicking it. So, my main point is like I've actually spent, you could say, anywhere between 12 or 15, depending on when you want to say. I truly started. Years teaching myself discipline, teaching myself all the sort of things that would ideally make me focus better, and it just gets harder. That's usually one of the strongest indicators that somebody has severe ADHD, not just moderate ADHD that might be treatable.
So fear coping.
So you're saying that even though you study these things, it's hard to practice them and implement them?
I practice them, and you could even say I implemented them with minimal success, but it's because it got harder. it kind of got harder the more it worked. Like the more, so say I'd be able to focus a certain amount. Well, then to actually focus that amount every day.
Wait. Let me back you up a little bit, Mel. Let's say it's not about focus and all of these big things and theories. It's just about doing the thing. Hold on, I was talking. See, there's an example. It's
And
about
I'm
doing the
conversing.
thing. It's about doing the thing at that moment. Right now, you chose to not do it twice and interrupt me. You chose that. It's not no big because I didn't focus this morning to eat my Wheaties or whatever calories you got. It's because you made a choice.
So, again, are you referring to concentration or impulse control?
And before you answer that question, let me shout out to
It ain't impulse
Sasquatch.
control. That's
He's going to be.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, excuse me, real quick. Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry, God.
I'm going to be interviewing. He's going to be interviewing me on Sasquatch Shills on Thursday,
Sasquatch?
8 p.m. Eastern, I believe. It's going to be fun. That's why actually I enjoy watching that show. Oh, wow, how meta I'm on it now.
Plus, you and him together, I'm interested
I would
in
like to get in line to have thoughts.
Thank you, Joe.
Are you gonna be in the back room? Pause.
I want to
be in the
tell
back room.
Joe.
That's fine.
Yeah, you say impulse control, Mel. That's another one of those copium cop out mechanisms to give yourself
that's
an
just
out.
discipline.
Can I tell
Okay,
Joe?
do you have
Discipline would have
discipline?
been a better one. Yeah.
That's the question. Can you practice it right now? Then we can stop having the medical conversation real quick.
Mel, can
Because
I
I was
tell
gonna give my answer because I let you go ahead of me.
Yeah,
Mel.
let's do it.
I was gonna give you my answer.
I
But,
was just telling you why I can't really stick to a schedule. That's all.
He was just
Can
giving
I
us the
tell
many
Joe?
reasons.
Okay.
My ex-girlfriend
I get
does
it.
that too.
yeah.
Okay,
Can I
no
tell
problem.
a joke?
Easy, man. Please.
No, I was gonna
Without
say, like,
Mel
I guess
getting
with
mad?
me, the easy thing to say would be sloth because I do work hard in a sense, but then when I'm not working hard, I just want to lay around and shit,
That's me.
scroll
That's
or
me.
whatever. But shit, and even without the enneagram, I have to say it's probably lust. I know that sounds
Me
like,
too.
ooh.
On both of those. That'd be my
Yeah,
second
man,
would have been last too.
because I'm right here and I'm thinking like my son's not here, but my wife is, and I want the cheeks.
Well, yeah, I fail
So-
that test every time.
Yeah, I think about that a lot. Maybe it's the Scorpio shit or just me being me. So lust, yeah. And how do I combat lust? It says, be pure, guard your heart. That's true.
Guard your
yourself a
heart. What's that
project.
mean?
Exercise. Yeah, we've been doing that more when you're bored. And Flo, your definition actually is true because I like to play my music loud. I like things to excess. Like, yeah, so I think it's not just the sexual part of my life, but a lot of
What does
When's
guard
the
your
last time
heart?
you were in a mosh pit, NPC? Let's get real.
the last time Coachella 2012.
God
Yeah.
damn. That's tragic.
I know.
Is it really?
I was in a mosh pit. What day of the month is it? I was in a mosh pit under a month ago.
He said, "What day of the month is it?"
Shit. Did you go to Clown Posse? Insane Clown Posse?
I was in a mosh pit there too. I was thinking of Primus.
Primus too? Damn. See, that's what that is. So that's one thing I do like. Like when I did go into mosh pit, it's actually one of the first times I actually went in one in a long time. And it is for rejuvenating just to fucking slam into people and run around like a crazy man. It is.
Onyx had. That's the only one I saw.
Onyx,
was
yeah.
Onyx with slam. They would actually do a mosh and just wreck each other doing that song. It was
I
went
crazy.
to a Pentecostal
every year.
church.
And every year it gets harder to do, and every year I insist on doing it at least once, right?
He's gonna get a knee brace. He's gonna have like two knee braces.
I used to insist on doing mosh pit and crowd surfing every
Thank
year.
you.
But at some point, I just got too old and fat and tired of people trying to grab my wallet or my nuts.
Your nuts. We'll put your wallet in your nuts.
I mean, have
leave
you
them
been
at
crowd
home.
surfing?
Yeah, about that. Put your balls in your
would you know?
wallet next time.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Oh, they'll feel it. David
got
Wayne, you
my-
said you went to a Pentecostal church.
Wait, you don't put your wallet into your
Y'all ain't got
skin
shit
wallet?
on me.
I
They
don't
did
put
what?
it
Hold on, Mel. What did you say? Dave?
into my
Yeah,
prison.
I went to a
wallet.
Pentecostal church. Y'all don't have shit on me.
I've
Oh
never been to
God!
one of them.
They beat you up or something?
I don't know what that means,
Floating,
right?
running around the church and stuff.
I landed
Oh,
on
yeah,
top
but
of, I
catching the
got thrown over the
spirit.
front rail and landed on top of Ron Jeremy during a
Oh no!
Buck Cherry segment.
Wait,
That's
wait,
your
what?
Ron Jeremy story.
Hold on,
What if it would have
I don't know what
landed
a
in you?
Buddha
butt
has one too.
series segment.
Yeah.
Is.
What
Butt
if it?
series.
What
Ron
if that
Jeremy's for
thing?
old people.
Yeah, we got
Yeah, you're right.
Melanie in here. She's been patient. Yeah.
Melanie, no, you were gonna say something. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, so
go ahead.
I did play along with the whole thing just to show that I'm not vehemently against it or anything, but I do want to point out that I take issue with calling them deadly sins. For example, like I have a pure unfettered lust for music, and one day I hope to feel pride because I will have learned to play piano so well that people actually think, "Wow, she's amazing at piano." And so I think it's. I think I could argue I feel motivated by the deadly sins, and so they're not very deadly at all. They're actually getting me to improve. And to answer your questions, Flo, sorry, I just wanted to maintain my train of thought. Yeah, I do. I've been practicing every day that I can.
Yeah, and to be fair, Wheels is the one that started this question. Great question. She said the 7 freaky sins. She didn't say deadly.
Yeah, that's why I said lust all raunchy like. That's why I was like being raunchy.
But I think, Mel, I think you have the duality side of things. You know what I mean? Because
in what way,
gluttony, all of these quote unquote sins, if you lean into them like fully, that's some shit that'll take your chess piece off the board, though. You know,
it's a double-edged sword.
Very good. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a duality, and I think you want the opposite side of the duality.
But seeing the positive side and the motivation, right, is not it's not pointless. I actually agree with Mel.
Right. Yeah. She at least made me consider that the duality, as Kev put it.
I mean,
if you're stressed. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, think about a world without lust. We'd all stop being alive in a generation. Go ahead.
And there's a time and place, a season for everything.
Yeah, if you're feeling stressed, maybe you do need a bit of sloth.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I just
time
got back.
And place. So everything is a season. Ecclesiastes. King Solomon said that.
You know, everything's a season. It turns. That sounds like that song, right? There is a season.
Also, I'm gonna go. I don't want to take up too much time. So talk to y'all later.
Hold on. Wait for me to get the. You bitch. Drop that.
Good to see you, Mel. Good to see you.
In order to drop it, would have to be at least $10.
I appreciate you guys for that. The ADHD thing, right? Which I think is worse. I've got it too. I would suggest leaning into the hyper focus when you get it, right? Like something about to an extent we can't entirely control the rhythms, and you're better off working with your flow than against your flow.
Yeah, find a use for it, a purpose. Use it. There's got to be a positive use for that shit.
That shit is actually a superpower. You know what I mean? It's not really negative. Like you can use that for a lot of benefits in life. You know,
the other thing
is like flow us in for sure. You can get hyper focused over some shit that's really finna benefit you, your family, your peoples. You know what I mean?
What happened to motherfuckers?
It's not always like a downside.
What was the excuse for a kid? I don't know, 100 years ago, where these medications were not even an option. It wasn't
boring.
He said life wasn't boring. I mean, but you couldn't cop out
lights 10 hours a day. You didn't have to shave every morning. You didn't have to get off work and get home at 6 and lose and open the bills.
I think I hear what you're saying. Yeah,
sit on the couch, put your hand in your pants like Al Bundy.
Maybe you wouldn't have been mentally fucked up back then. Like in this sense,
yeah, not in this sense, but in a different way. It's the postmodern.
So when no neuroticism existed, that's the only way this is true. If there were no such, wouldn't no neurotic people, and
you just
all of these. What happened? All these people need Ritalin and so and so. What would we do before this shit? When we was
my great grandpa was kicked out of home at 12. Right? Like, there's other problems that you had.
Is he kicked out of the house?
My great grandma on the other side. No, he didn't get a house. He got kicked out of the house.
I thought you said kicked out of the house.
Yeah, he did. He was the oldest. He was 12. Get the fuck out.
He's already 12.
Great grandma on the other side. My great grandpa died when she was pregnant with her 6th or 7th kid. Right? Like this is the stress is different then.
Yeah, that's like my grandma. Like, and she was only born in 1930, and they were like, she only went to 8th grade, and she's actually one of the smarter people I know, more intelligent people I knew, right? And just because she went to go work, even though her family had a business and whatnot, but it's like it's crazy when you think about it, the stuff that our elders went through. And stuff.
Human well-being is maximized, and this is demonstrated through study after study. This is not up for debate. It's maximized while we are achieving towards goals that matter to us. It's not when we get there. It's while we're
Yeah.
in the process of making
course.
progress.
like that.
So
Yeah,
if
like
you
that right
understand
there.
that, you understand that challenge and struggle is necessary for us to be mentally healthy. I think that what we have today is a society that actually doesn't have enough real struggles, and so we manufacture a lot of our own.
This
I
is
try
Machine
not
Lies.
to-
You speak on that with Uncle Teddy, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah,
a whole
we
thing that
just
he
said-
has, sort of, about a sort of tendency, like learned helplessness, or
Learned helplessness.
yeah, I guess when applied on a psychological level, and he puts it as a trait of leftist psychology.
Mhm.
So he says generally
Machine.
society tends towards leftism, and I mean
Yeah.
that means feelings of inferiority. I mean also a type of over socialization,
Yeah.
by the different media, society's expectations and all that type of stuff. So he thinks all these things are pretty much managed from day one. So
That's the term, that over socialization, that I was so intrigued when you went over that. I think it was last year. Was the first time I heard you say it. And,
oh yeah,
and I
yeah,
was
it's
like,
dual
fuck,
things,
man,
and it's
what
easy
are
to
we doing
understand
here
because
sometimes?
because there's freedom and equality, right? So just with that, there's a sense of individualism, but also a sense of collectivism.
Does
So it
that
sort of
mean
merges.
it's over
Yeah,
socialization?
that part right there. That part. Hold on 1 second, Joe. Yeah, that part right there, Machine. You know what I mean? Expound upon that, bro.
Like basically, like everybody has to, like freedom means everybody gets to do whatever they want, but equality means that everybody has to do it the same way or within the same boundaries, right?
Right. I understand.
Yeah. So with individualism and collectivism, collectivism comes naturally because there's a loss of, local communities. Then individualism is because of the atomization of people, right? So, so with increased atomization, there's also massification of means. So you have this dual thing. One the atomized person, that's individualized and turned into a herd animal, by the massification of means. So out pops this guy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm basically like somebody who quit the 9-to-5 rat race of our parents' generation to literally become part of the techno machine, like myself.
Yeah, that you
Right,
probably
like
criticize all the
individualization. Right, I'm doing my own thing. However,
right,
I'm literally just becoming more of the social media. That's characteristic of the change in my generation.
Right. So it's like we have to do both to try to fit in. Of course.
Interesting.
So inherently, that's over socialization. Is that the definition there?
Yeah, like public schools, like media's. Only 6 media companies, and
we have too much access. We have too much social access, right? Think about 100 years ago. You had your town, maybe. You got a newspaper. You got news from the coast on a telegram.
Some dude lighting the street lights with a long stick with a light at the end.
Yeah. Also, like the scale of the media that's being produced, it's done with the aid of psychological experts because they cannot produce. Because normal people. Obviously, just doing this on YouTube, we all know this, that we don't have the means that movie directors and all this stuff have. We don't even have good cameras and stuff, right? So, so it's pretty hard for modern people to do just a normal person to do a setup like a movie or something like that, or even something that's produced by the government. Yeah, like I turned on NPR today, and they were talking about Socrates and how he was condemning the use of writing, and how that's related to language learning models or whatever. With kids learning in the AI, and that's something I talked about.
Whoa. Socrates did not talk about AI. I did turn away, but you couldn't have heard said what I thought you said.
No, he talked about writing being bad.
Writing, right. And you're saying AI is the equivalent nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, they were saying, they were making the same connection.
You got a little Project Monarch in that. You know what I mean? That dude you were just talking about right there.
Which one's the Project Monarch? I watched too much fucking shit. The ones coming to me is the brothers.
Every sort of thing he doesn't know. I smoke too much weed.
No, what is that? The Johnny Quest, not Johnny Quest. One of the two brothers. They're
That's
the
like the
Monarch.
media being controlled, you know, by
Yeah, Project Monarch
and the
is like
government.
when they
Yeah,
could flip a switch. But I'm like with Britney Spears, you know, where she's trained to play this character, but she's also like psychologically trained. So so when the mask comes off and she goes in society and starts playing this character, nobody really understands because they tell her that like she's like this, you know, figure or whatever, you know. So they psychologically train people to have a split personality, you know, and awaken that personality, you know, when they go into the mode to do their performances, and then it leaks out into the public.
The Manchurian candidate thing.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like you flip a switch, and you know, you got like little triggers that people have, and yeah, you could change their personality.
Yeah. Joe Cool. I sent you an email. I don't know if you got it.
Today? I don't know. I probably I didn't check, but I don't check.
Could you put it in the back again in the back chat?
Hellcat is our
Okay, hold on. Let me check the email. I'll check it out.
Yeah. Jesus, Hanover stuff, man. Can't make anybody happy.
I put it in the back again because
you guys are familiar with the movie Platoon?
Yeah, I love it.
Do you remember how basically it's the struggle between Charlie Sheen is basically the writer director Oliver Stone. That's him when he went to Vietnam, right?
Right.
And it's about he's green, new to Vietnam, and his first sergeant is Tom Berenger, who is his red ass, like conservative Southern, like redneck, basically, who only drinks beer and smokes cigarettes and listens to Hank Williams Jr. And he's like very by the book. And his platoon, those men, they kind of brutalize the locals and stuff.
Yeah.
And because they're scared, you know, they're scared of the other. And then Charlie Sheen goes with him, and then his second platoon is William Dafoe, who's basically like a hippie, the sergeant. And then you know they smoke weed, drop LSD, listen to Marvin Gaye and Motown, but then when they're out on patrol, they're more like trying to assimilate with as much as they can with the locals and stuff. And he's, as he says at the end of the movie, the monologue, he goes like, it was like Barnes and Defoe had a battle for my soul, each in their own way. They wanted what's best for me, type of shit. So what I'm saying is like some of this politicking and this panel is like that. Sometimes I feel like that, but that's a first world problem, I guess. That's kind of cryptid, but
I think
for those who know.
I think that's accurate in any era. I don't think it's a first world problem, right? The guy in the fucking hut had two elders from different villages giving him totally different messages.
Yeah. It's just like people may be happy, like, dude, having a good time. Leave it at that, man.
They cannot, and I would suggest, probably because I'm an 8 now, thanks, Flo. I would suggest let it go or lean into it, as fucking Flo say. It's just gonna be misery. It's control, but again, that's But it seems like you're trying to control other motherfuckers. But I would say that now. I feel like I'm predictable, right? It seems like a control thing. You think that everyone should behave a certain way. I'm of that hippie bullshit. If you ain't harming motherfuckers, like for instance, cop watching shit, there are so many techniques, even up to filming motherfuckers 8 inches away to that bullshit that motherfuckers associate. But I give motherfuckers room. I'm not as smart as everybody else. I don't let that shit anger me if that motherfucker gets sprayed with pepper spray or something, or sprays somebody. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure out if he's accomplished something and all of that bullshit, if it was worth it. I can only give my opinion. The rest, that's that nigga and his burden. As long as it don't affect me, do your thing.
Exactly.
Okay. So you just watching niggas get sprayed down or whatever for the content. All right.
I don't cry about it, man. I see what you're doing, man. I love that shit. Yeah.
You know I'm fucking with you, bro.
Yeah, I do.
No, I understand what you're saying though, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm about to it was end on a good note. Is anybody else streaming or something? We could put some more Flo or Kevin, Machine. Drop
Flo,
these kids.
I'm not going to right
Oh
now.
shit! Let me put that email in there before I forget.
Put it in the back.
Yeah.
And you know what? I didn't get any of the other types. If you scroll up, I got the Naranjo types for 7 and 8 in the back. If you rummage around that site, you'll find links to the other 7 types. Just the link to the whole translated book is disabled. So
okay,
but you can find your way if you're. You know what? I'll look for a 1 since I know we got some 1s up here.
Yeah, I put it in my Discord. Everything you put back here. Now back to what Kevin said before we go. Like you said, the best way to figure ours out is to look at this Naraha.
There are type tests you can take. I just really don't like them, even though they might get you in the right starting spot, kind of, or orientated the right way. I think
you
really
just came up with yours for you. You're saying
there's just nothing better than understanding what they're describing.
Okay.
And recognizing it in yourself. And like I said, for me, when I read because at first when I took the test, I was kind of split between 7s and 8s, but 7s were described as more fun and charismatic, and 8s are more assholes. I was like, I'm not that big of an asshole. I'm more 7. I'll just default myself this way because it's presented better on the test. In reality, when I read the 2 actual in-depth descriptions by Naranjo, it's without a doubt, I'm the asshole type. I'm not the fun type. Oh yeah, no, I'm fun for sure.
Yeah, you're fun. That's why we all go. You're the fun. What did Cynthia? I didn't even read Cynthia's comment earlier, where she said like Paul referred to you as the trap house where everyone goes to party.
Well, he's a junkie, so he must want to come by. But
yeah, that's funny. I'm gonna name my because I'm gonna rebrand it. I'm gonna have that word trap house in it. Yeah, but yeah, fuck it. Everyone loves a trap house.
All right.
So there's a roundabout. You want me to play this clip of Talcott? You said, is it 20 saying his military oath led him to be stationed? You really want me to play this, roundabout? Since you're a whatchamacallit mod, you're a very good mod and supporter. I'll play it. Let's see. It's only 20 seconds. Now, if it was 23, no. But let's see.
Manipulation the government and these employers use, get a man or a woman to take an oath. Well, then they'll self-regulate, right? For the most part. This is why we live in the world that we live.
He took an oath using the military, right? Isn't that what you got to do when you're in the military? Take an oath. Am I missing something? You guys hear me?
No,
I hear you. I don't know what. I'm not sure what we're seeing here.
Well, he says Talcott saying his military oath led him to be stationed in with counterintelligence agencies, just so we can squash this. Or
that's later in the recording.
Okay.
The manipulation the government and these employers use, get a man or a woman to take an oath. Well, then they'll self-regulate.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't see it. Maybe there's more to the recording.
Is that it? Yeah, there is more to the recording, so I don't know.
One more time, I'll give you 20 seconds. By the way, I support Jack Talcott. I love the guy.
I no longer support Jack Talcott. He'll never get a cent from me. I don't dislike the guy. I'll sure go back.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, there's a possibility he just sent the wrong clip. But yeah.
Well, here, let it play. Hold on. And then we'll watch the whole video from it.
My dick.
The government and these employers use, get a man or a woman to take an oath. Well, then they'll self-regulate, right? For the most part. This is why we live in the world that we live. I was stationed with counterintelligence aid.
Oh, he said he was stationed with counterintelligence. I see. Okay, yeah, he was. Yeah.
Oh, come on. You know what? No.
He showed his feet. That was crazy yesterday.
That's actually fucking hilarious.
You see that? That's fucked up. That's rude, though. Come on, guys.
Regulate, right? For the most part. This is why we live in the world that we live. I was stationed with counterintelligence aid. El Perro, come on. You know what? No. You just don't get it, dude.
Here's what I'll do for you, Browns boy. I'll ask more
He
about
didn't.
that. It's interesting.
He didn't finish the word agencies.
Okay. Yeah.
So he said a, and then there's the foot, and so.
Yeah, I'll ask him more about that. That very.
Yeah, but you were in the clip though, so that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I know. Huh? I remember that was
you in the
yesterday.
clip. Yeah,
Browns boy's on it, bro.
Right. It's classic Browns boy performance.
Yeah.
Someday Browns boy is gonna like compile this storyline, and he's gonna actually make it piece together with evidence and proof, but it's just not gonna be right. But we're all gonna go down with that ship once Brown boy has perfected this masterpiece of the entire understanding what's going on around us. We're all fucked.
Dude, it's like the Epstein list, right? Basically.
I mean, I would not relate it to that.
Okay. Everybody, yeah.
Because I was self-applying in the first place.
Satire even.
Yeah.
Messing with that.
I was self-applying. What I'm saying is Brown boy has a with all due respect, a tendency towards reading into things more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like unchecked, it could be the end of us. It's one of those things that's like, I see that that storm on the horizon. I'll ignore it now.
Yeah. Brent's was fucking great. I thought you could say the end of you too. We can never have that. Never have that. He loves you, Flow State. Yeah, but so,
I don't even. I know it sounded maybe a little derogatory. I don't even mean it that way. I actually find it to be an interesting personality quirk. But
so Machine and Flo and Kevin. You have anything else you want to share as we watch this Indonesian boy Aura farm in the background?
Why are we
That's
doing
the new dance they were talking about, Flo?
The Bora farm? I'm still doing
Aura farming. This is an Indonesian boat race that's actually taking place as we speak. Next week it's going to start, where they have this canoe race basically, and they have these kids that dance on the edge of the canoe for like support, like the cheerleader. They're kind of like flexing. It'd be like if you were doing NASCAR and there was like somebody dancing out the window or something.
Ghost riding the whip.
Pretty much, yeah. This is a big thing. They're saying this guy, he forms aura, and the brain rot meme of aura means like just confidence and swag and just
it's basically
good vibes.
It's like shit talking. It's like dancing shit talking.
Yeah, that can be seen as that too, for sure. As he wiggles his butt to the opponent, yeah, for sure.
Pause.
Pause. Yeah, but yeah, guys. So I appreciate you coming back. If your fathers or mothers are reachable, make sure you give them tell them how much you love them. Hopefully, yeah. And if you can't see them or something, give out. So I send my prayers to you and yours, everybody. I appreciate you guys coming by.
Parents suck. Tell them fuck them too.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. You can say that, but then you still have to honor them under the Islamic code. You still got to honor them.
Some parents just suck. Not mine.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, for sure.
But they brought us here, though. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. They made sure we made it through the portal, bro. You know,
through the portal.
Thank you for having me up, NPC, man. God bless you, Flo. Good to see you, TML. Everybody else that was up here, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Wait, and before you go, look, you got to hit the
big site. New. Hey.